beginners courses, advanced courses, and mentoring programs. And today, because we know that Zazzle changes a lot, if you haven't already been on Zazzle, you will start to realize that as you work with Zazzle. But in the online space, there's just so much that changes so quickly. And so we have updated our courses and are introducing actually new courses with Zazzle, so that we can actually keep up with the times. And we're so excited to be able to share that with you today. And we also are doing something cool and different. We're going to explain the courses, explain how they fit in and what they offer you so that you can do really well on Zazzle. But also we want to do something fun. We're going to take people's store links, whoever's on live, and we are going to focus on giving each of the people that we pick a store review so that we can help you understand, first of all, what kind of things we do in the back end of the training that we do, whether it's one course or another, but also so that you can understand just where you need to be or need to go in your Zazzle journey, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you. And then if you sign up for one of our courses so that you can invest further in your Zazzle business, that's fantastic. But as you know from all of our YouTube videos and our blog posts weekly on Wednesday, on the elkeclarke.com site, you will know that we give out a lot and we make sure that everyone in whatever budget you're in can manage to do what they can to get better at Zazzle. Because once you are really good at Zazzle, the money starts rolling in, and that's what we want, right? We want people to realize their dream of using Zazzle as their income, not just a side hustle. And Zazzle for us, and then everyone who is on that doesn't know what Zazzle is, it's a print-on-demand company. And some people use the Zazzle platform as a way to do drop shipping if they have a Shopify store, or for even their own website, then they use Zazzle as a fulfillment site. But we are not actually doing that. We're just on Zazzle as designers, and we do very little promotion, but we are very clever and strategic in how we create our products with niche research and also titles and tags so that we're easily found in Google searches and also on the marketplace. And that's what we teach. So if you don't like promotion, you're in the right spot, because we also don't, we can't handle one of these Shopify sites right now. It's just too much. The onus is on you. Whereas why not use Zazzle itself as your platform and work with Zazzle that way, and just keep getting those emails saying, hey, you made another sale, rather than spending ad money on promoting your website or your Shopify store, or even anything else that you set up with another platform. And so we're really excited about that. We've been doing it for 10 years, and it's consistently earning us income. And that's why we believe in this so much. And we focus on Zazzle rather than giving you an overview of other platforms. Okay, so we have a couple of things ready for you, because now that Jennifer's got the back end all worked out in terms of our tech, I'm going to screen share. Where can I screen share?
Okay, so if you are on live, we've got a lot of people on Zoom with us, and then there are some people watching on YouTube. We're streaming live, which is great. So if you want to say hi in the chat and where you're from, and what we are going to do is, if you have any questions, write them on Zoom. There's a Q&A section, not just the chat, but there's actually a spot where you can put in questions. So if you have a really pressing question that you want us to answer at the end of this live workshop, put it in the Q&A, or write it in the chat, but make sure you put like the word question before, just so that I know, because I'm sure that people are going to start chatting a lot in the Zoom call, and I really want to collect all those questions to answer at the end. If you also have a question on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, then write it in the chat as well. You're able to see the chat. I've already written hello everyone, so if you want to say hi, that'd be great. And yeah, we are going to now go on and screen share.
Oh, and then one more thing is, because what we're going to do is do an overview of the courses. We're also going to give you a couple of reviews from testimonials from people that have already been in our other courses, and explain how those two fit together, like the new ones and the old ones. And then also, with regards to the assessments for the stores, that's what I want you to already put into the chat, or the questions, whichever one works for you. But put in, like, say review first, and then put in the link for your store, as well as your current earnings and what you want to earn, and how long you've had your store. Okay, because like if you've just started your store today and you have no earnings, and then you have you have you know, you want to make $1 million by tomorrow, that's not going to happen. So we need to have a reference point, and we have to also be able to assess things, because if it would be wonderful to be able to help someone who's been on Zazzle for a long time and they're just, you know, making a couple $100 a month or a year, and then we can catapult them into making a couple of $1,000s a year, then that we want to make sure that we direct you into the right course if that's what the choice is that you want to make. And of course, any of our assessments that we do here live are basically an example of how we work in the course. Obviously, we give you more training, and depending on what level you are at, you'll get more of what we're doing now, which is the more mentoring. But we are still going to do some fabulous things in all of the other courses, and you'll get to hear those very soon. But the first thing is, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Put your links in of your store and have those other items, your current earnings, and don't be shy. And if you want to, if it's private, put it in the Q&A, because that's private. If you don't want us to, it's at least, and then say, don't tell people my earnings, I just want to have a store assessment. That's fine. Then we'll do that. Put it in the private Q&A box, not in the chat. And we won't mention the earnings. We'll just tell you based on what we understand from your earnings and your goal that you want to get to, that how we can help you, okay? Because that's what we're here for. I'm getting a little croaky. I need a drink, and then we can get started with the presentation.
Okay, so we've got a lot of people already sending in their store links.
Fantastic. Okay, so, but another qualification, if you're one of our mentoring members already, we do this for you all the time in mentoring groups. So we're not going to do your store. We're going to pick people who don't have that opportunity all the time, okay? So just to be nice and also forewarn you. And the other thing is what we want you to understand, like, actually I've forgotten what I want to say now, but it'll come back to me. We'll just keep going. Okay, that's the screen share.
Yeah, go here. Okie dokie.
Okay.
There.
All right, so let's do this. Okay, so we've got to get out of here, and then hopefully, okay. There we go, full screen. If it doesn't work this way, we'll go to the smaller screen. Okay, we want to welcome you here to the workshop today, in which we're introducing 2 new Zazzle courses that we have developed based on not only whatever we have had that's proven and worked for the people that have been in our courses for the last almost 3 years, but then we've also added things because obviously Zazzle's changed a lot, and now what we want to do is update everything and give you whatever it is that you need to do on the current platform. And also we wanted to address things that were issues with people who had trouble getting through some of the courses in the past. And that doesn't mean that everyone had trouble. It means that a couple of people did, and we want everyone to succeed. We want both you to be able to have the best chance, because, you know, first of all, Zazzle's amazing. And then second of all, it's not easy getting through a course. So what we've done is shortened the modules. We've made sure that when you're doing a module, you're also actually building your Zazzle store. And then the other thing that we've done is we've put it into small little units so we can update the course quicker depending on when something changes on Zazzle. So you'll have much more up-to-date information, and that's fantastic. And we're also going to, in the Profit by Design course, have a 10-week session where we go through the course with you together. So there's absolutely no reason to not go through the course and complete it. So let's get into some of the details as we move through here the slides. Okay, so you're here today on September 4th, and if you're watching this as a replay, that's okay. You'll know what the dates are so that you can keep up with everything, because there's a big schedule happening. First of all, the cart opens today for both courses, and that is part of the reason that we're on today, so that you can get the links to actually click on them, purchase the way you want to purchase with either a payment plan or a single payment, and then you can get started right away, especially with the e-commerce accelerator course, because that's open and ready to go. And the other one's ready to go too, but because we're doing it in 10 weeks, we're dripping the content, which means that we're going to open up a weekly session, like one module a week for 10 weeks. And then in that module session, we're going to have a Facebook Live for that week, and everyone's going to go through it together. And each of the weeks is set up so that you can get everything done in the week. And you don't have to do this full time. You're going to do it in a couple of hours, per week, and that's it. And that way we've eliminated this issue of people finding it too overwhelming to get through the whole course, or they always have something else to do. We're going to do it together, and we're going to help you get through it. Okay, and so so you can sign up for both courses today, but the Academy by Design, the Profit by Design Academy starts on the 16th, and we work with you through for the next 10 weeks. Now, let's say you wanted to start October or something, that's okay, because it's going to be open for 10 weeks. And during those 10 weeks, you can still join, and you can watch the videos and workshop and whatever we've opened up already in the past weeks is okay to open up, and you'll just have more all at once, right? But if you want to be part of this, if this is one of the things that you love doing, is to have someone to say, okay, let's go, like you go to fitness class and you can't just go to the bike or ride on the bike on your own. You have to do the soul cycle classes where someone's going, yeah. That's what we're doing with the Profit by Design Academy, and giving you lots of extra goodies, of course, as well. Okay, so let's move on. The first thing we wanted to do is show you from our past courses some of the achievements that people have.
It says sharing is paused. Why is that?
Oh my goodness.
Bring your share window to the front. I don't know if you clicked on something.
Oh, okay. What do we need to do?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. Yeah, you're still.
I'm still on here, so I'll just exit and go back out. Thank you for showing me that. Okay, so we have to go back in. We haven't missed anything. The only thing that I talked about was something on we were on a calendar. Okay, so
play.
Yeah, we have to say play. Yeah, there we go. So now everyone can see this.
Yes.
Okay, so these are our these are just an example. See, now what we've got is like a bit of an overview average of what's been happening with people that have started in one of our programs. And now we have to consider that some people are in a beginner's program, some people are in an advanced program, and some people are in a mentoring program. But we've lumped them all together, and then we've shown you here basically what's happened. And some of the when you start with 100% of the members, 65% of them have reached at least the pro designer sales level. And what that means is they've got $100 attributed to their sales from the US sales market. And you may have sold twice as much in Australia or New Zealand. That doesn't count for whatever the pro designer levels are that Zazzle does. But just in case that so that you understand that, this is just a measure so that we can at least give you an idea of what's happening. And so the 65% could be people who have already finished the course, or they could already be people who are still in the course but have already reached that level. So be careful. Don't take this as like a complete stat.
I don't know why it's doing
it keeps
that.
saying it's pausing. Okay, what we'll do is we won't go into here. We'll just go into here.
Well, I think it was fine. Maybe just try.
We'll just go here. That's fine. You just have to see my slides that I already have coming up. Okay, so here we've got just an estimate, but it's based on real numbers, so that you can get an easy idea of what happens. A lot of our course members, and we're using all the people, not just.
We'll try it again.
It's shared again.
I know, but it's showing up on my Zoom, so I'll let you know if it doesn't go to the next slide.
Okay. Technical issues. We always get over them. And that's the one thing that we do really, really well to help members in our courses, is to ride out the technical issues that happen online all the time, no matter whether it's Zazzle or any other, online business. And we help you through that because we have all the expertise. Okay, so back to this thing. I'm taking a long time to do it now. Let's just assume, even though there's 100% of our members, they're still in the course, or they finished the course, or they're somewhere in between. Then we move to the pro designer level, which is the first level, and 65% of our course members who've told us are already there. It could actually be higher. And then 50% of those 65 have already reached bronze. And I'm so excited about that because that takes a lot, right? All of a sudden you have to have at least $1,000 in sales just in the US to be able to get acknowledged by Zazzle to have that level. And then we have 10% of those people that have moved already up to the silver, which is 25,000 US. That's a huge jump. And it's, you know, that's why the bulk of the people are still in the bronze level, because they're somewhere in between and they just haven't quite reached 25,000, which is like so much. But there are already people that are in our course that because of our courses, they have reached the $25,000 in US sales. Total lifetime earnings on Zazzle, and they started with nothing. A couple of examples you may have already watched or no, actually read our 2 blog posts about Brandon. We're going to give you an update for him very, very shortly. But just as a heads up, he has made $40,000 take home since he started 2 years ago with our program and courses. And I keep getting a frog in my throat. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so next slide. Let's go to some of the reviews. So we get these all the time in our course member site. So first of all, you get motivated and you get excited when people post these, and you congratulate people and you go, yeah, I'm going to do that too. And so here's one of our members, BK Thompson, and she goes, well, hello there, bronze badge. I love when she says that. And so she even showcased her bronze badge that she sees on her Zazzle store, which is where a yellow arrow is pointing. And let me just read the rest of this. I've got something in the background here that I can't get over, but okay, I can't read everything because it's
so now we have to stop and then do it again.
Okay. So we'll just stay here. This is ridiculous. I don't want to be interrupted all the time. This is easier. Okay, so BK Thompson says, I'd actually passed the US mark about 2 months ago, but I was just waiting for the badge. Happy dance. This time, that last year, I was wondering if I'd ever make it to pro designer, like the basic level. And then I stumbled across a video of Jen, which she did about Zazzle templates, which led me down the Elke Clarke rabbit hole. And that's a good thing. Sometimes rabbit holes are not so good, but the rabbit hole here was awesome because she made a lot of amazing discoveries and growth. And so she says, thank you, Elke and Jen, and everyone in this group. And that's talking about in this case, she's in the mentoring, but she started out in the 5-step profit plan program. And we'll get into that in a minute. But so she is just super happy and she keeps moving forward and is so excited. The bronze badge is, now she's on her way to silver. Okay, now I want to also showcase a few people who have done really big things in terms of earnings. And so LD Design Loft is first. Her review says, my husband and I are going to a wedding in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We're leaving this weekend. A trip like this is another dream come true from this online business. Elke and Jen, thanks again for your mentorship. Okay, so she's just over the moon because she has 4 kids at home and they have to watch their pennies, and she's working a day job, and now the Zazzle business has allowed her to do things like go to a family wedding in Dominican. Isn't that awesome? Okay, Christina, she says, I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary with this awesome group. 1 year with the 7 Days to Success course and 10 months with the mentoring program. Before joining, I started out with only $130 that she's earned in her first 2 years on Zazzle. Then after joining to date, I've already earned $6,500. That's a 2,500 increase. I like the number of the increase, but what's more important is the actual dollars. 6,500 after she struggled for 2 years to make 130, right? Crazy, but it's all about what we teach and how we teach it. And she understood, and she's just doing amazing work now. And she's finally understanding what it takes. And because most of the time, in fact, 99% of the time, it's not that you don't have good designs. It's not that you don't have great photography. It's not that you don't have good artwork. It's that you don't know how to merchandise it and make it suitable for the Zazzle audience. That's where we come in with our courses. Okay, so Jen is always paying attention, but she's also answering things on the live chat, so she may not always be looking at
well,
the screen.
One thing that I'm doing right now, and if everybody could be very kind to do this, is that if you're already in our 5-step profit plan program or the mentoring program, please don't put your store in, because I'm going in and checking and cross-checking to see if you're in our programs, and there are a lot of people who have put in their store links and are assuming that we're going to do a critique for them. If you're not a member, or if you're a 7 Days to Success course member, then you're able to put in your store link. But I've just got lots of messages right now with tons of people putting their store links in, and I feel bad saying to people who are part of our programs in the 5-step profit plan and the mentoring program, but if you would like respect the fact that there's so many messages and I'm trying to cross-reference the members here.
Yeah,
so,
and also here, I'm just going to go to the live screen for a minute, which is wild because I can't, is this, everyone see me?
Yeah.
Okay. You as a course member are going to get certain courses. They're open for you for free. You don't have to buy anything else. We take care of our course members.
Mm-hmm.
These are not just updates to the 7 Days to Success or updates to the 5-step profit plan. These are the new and improved versions of those. And so you get them for free. And if you're in the 5-step profit plan program or in the 5-step profit plan mentoring program, you get to be part of the Profit by Design Academy and be part of the 10-week session. Isn't that awesome? So you're already covered. And that's why we want to give and also you've already experienced all these store critiques already, because that's what we do in those. And that's what we're going to continue to do when you sign up if you're not a member. But for the members, we just want to give non-members and the 7 Days people who don't usually get these kind of critiques, we want to help them, okay? And we're going to go, that's what I wanted to say before, we're going to go for more than an hour. So be prepared. Grab a coffee now, go to the bathroom in between whenever you need to, but we're here because we love helping people, and we estimate at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we'll do as many as we can, and if there's a problem or like an issue with any of your stores that of people that are in the 5-step profit plan program or in the mentoring, put them in the Q&As. That's what we do. And for some reason now, all of a sudden they're all here and we're kind of quiet in the QAs. That's what you need to do. Take advantage of the program as it is. But the ones that are already in the 5-step profit plan program or mentoring, we are doing those all the time, and you just have to ask. And maybe you didn't know. So that's the other thing. We're going to communicate better. Okay, so next we're going to keep screen sharing because I wanted to finish this one slide. And it's talking about, Jackie Raymond posted something which I love because we're getting these posts all the time. This is not a one-time deal. She's saying, okay guys, I can hardly contain myself. I'd like to give a massive thanks to Monique in West Palm Beach for purchasing 50 of my, and I don't want to give away the theme and the product because that's in the course, but she said it's so a real surprise. But that's the thing. Now people are starting to expect that in our courses. And she made over $60 in royalties from one customer. Okay, so I'm just excited and to share with you these. And these three are versions, like different versions of these happen constantly in our groups. So I just wanted to give you a little snippet. Now, the other thing I want to do is share a video with you, because before we get started in the new courses, I just wanted to prove to you that we're doing these new courses as a build on to the old ones. It's not that the old ones are no good. The old ones were amazing. And now we're going to have the content from the old courses in the new courses, updated, added to, more details, more content, all kinds of things. And you'll be so surprised because the price will be something that you like. You'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I'm going to just stop the screen share for a minute and quickly go to Carolyn's review, and we're going to watch a little video. Okay, so let's go back here. And oops, where's the Zoom? Video. My apologies here. Okay, just go to screen share and find it. There we go. Okay, and make it full screen so everyone can watch. And why is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen share.
No, well, yeah, you're on a screenshot.
I'm on the screenshot. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we need to get to the right one. I thought I picked it.
No, it's here. You want to?
Here. Okay, there we go. Technology is great, but in the back end, you don't see all this stuff happening, and it's just like there's so many windows. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to just do. Crashed it.
Okay, well, here we are. Hopefully we've still got everybody on live here. The video crashed it all computers with me right now. Please, everybody in the chat, let us know if you guys are back online with us. You guys can
get the computer to stop.
Here you go.
Okay, so we won't watch that video right now.
You can just talk.
We can talk, but I also need to have the. Can you have to be back on it afterwards? No?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your patience. We'll just keep working on it. Always technical glitches work out. We have a very positive attitude as well in our courses, so there's always a way to figure it out. And we're going to work it out so that we can get back on, so I can share the rest of my screen. So what we wanted to do was tell you about Carolyn's video. Now, what we'll do instead is we'll give you a link to the YouTube video on YouTube, and you can watch it at your own pace. Basically, she was giving us glorified reviews because she loved all kinds of things about the courses. She not only loved the fact that you could work at your own pace, and I know we have the 10 weeks coming up, but you can still have lifetime access to the course after the 10 weeks for the 10-week program, the Profit by Design Academy. And some people who have been, who purchased our course, I'll just wait for that to go before you,
Okay.
yeah, and just say trial after it. Yeah, trial. Okay. Then what happens is some people who purchased our course in 2016 are still part of the Facebook group. They're also still getting reviews and helpful information. And some people take a little bit longer to do the 5-step profit plan, which is what we had as well. And so we're just always here to help whenever you're ready. And people love that. And that's what she liked about it as well. And the fact that she got a strategic plan, and that she also was very was not sure what products to make, what niches to work in, and so on. And so it was really helpful for her to then get that basically the strategies. And that's one of the things that I love about these 2 new courses. We're going to give you Elke's product creation strategy, Elke's collection strategy, Elke's store category strategy, Elke's it just keeps going and going and going. And I'm smiling ear to ear because I'm really excited about this. And we are going to give you so much more than in the other courses, which is fantastic as well. Okay, so Jen's working on the back end here, and that's fantastic. What else can I talk about until we get my slides back?
Okay. All right. So
and
now
I won't crash the slides anymore, and we'll just do it through yeah, because we want to get talking about the courses themselves, and then so that you can get your store reviews done, right? That's the whole point. Okay, switching computers. All right, we're back. Now let's do the screen share here. And I promise I will not, oh, actually, wait a minute. I have to get to the right one, otherwise, yeah, I just want to make sure when I get back on, I'm going to be in the right one. Oh, somehow I've also lost it. the windows. Okay, so Jennifer, talk about some of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes. And I'm going to just pull up the file because I lost my screen share too for the. Okay.
What are you looking for?
I need this this one here. Okay, there we go. Okay,
well,
we're back
thank
in
you
here.
Everybody for sending in their stores. We've got a lot of them. I'm collecting a whole bunch of, like, I'm collecting everybody's store name and all their information. Thank you for divulging and telling us all of your earnings and you know, personal information like that. So we're
hey, so why don't we do something that's even more of a bonus? How about after, if we don't get to your store on line, we'll do it after.
There's like 60 people.
Well, we'll do it like, we won't do it as a written up thing because that takes me forever, but we will do another video chat, but privately, okay? Because this is live to YouTube, so we just want to make sure we're not going for 4 hours. Okay, so, okay, so is that okay?
Yeah, up to you.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. We can come up with something in a minute, but I'm always very generous and I want to make sure that you are all taken care of. Okay, we need to do a screen share again and finish this so that we can get to to explain what all the courses are. Okay, so the first course, and as I said before, like, we're not going to do full screen so that it doesn't crash anything. So just don't look at the slides on the side, just look at the one that's in the middle. And that way we can help you see the most important thing here. Okay, so the first course is called the e-commerce accelerator course, and it's meant for beginners. It's meant for people who are just working on their own, that want an affordable option to get started on Zazzle. But affordable doesn't mean that you don't get what you need. Affordable means you get over almost 50 videos that are step-by-step guided videos. You get all of those strategies that I talked about, and you get lifetime access. Plus there's a Facebook group where we're going to do Facebook Lives. Now, the only thing is that the topics that we cover are basically what's called the first step of my 5-step profit plan program. And what that means is that you will be getting things that help you set up your store, make your products, and actually I'm going to show you how to make 50 products. You don't have videos for every one of them, but you get videos to teach you how to do each of the different variations. And then you also get videos to show you how to transfer the design to another product so that you can make your 50 products. And that's the top 50 products that are selling on Zazzle now, in this, like right now. That basically, we did the research in the last month, and so they're up to date, tried and true products that are going to be the best products for you to make. So you get this 50 product list, and actually it's 25, but also a bonus of another 25. So you get 50 altogether. And then we show you how to work through all of the design tool. We show you how to do everything that you need to do to brand your store. We show you how to make collections. We show you how to pin on Pinterest. And so you're not only doing production, but you're also doing promotion, but at a bare bones minimum, so that you can just get going and you don't have to, get really deep in, but it's still going to give you all the things that are necessary for you to do well. And a lot of this started as the 7 Days to Success course, but now only about 60% is 7 Days to Success. We've added much more because we've added more products, we've added more strategic guides, we've added more things that are, tutorials on how to do things with all those new things that Zazzle's just implemented with the Create tool and the Design tool. And so it's really a fantastic program, and it's valued at $200. I'll tell you the prices afterwards, but just so you know, it's actually more valuable than the 7 Days to Success course, okay, that we used to have for the beginners. All right, Profit by Design is the second course, and this course is basically taking over for the 5-step profit plan program. But it has about 60% of what the 5-step profit plan program was, and 40% more. Okay, and what's going to happen is that everything that's already in the e-commerce accelerator as training is also in here, in addition to more training. Okay, so it's not just 40% more from the e-commerce accelerator. It's the 5-step profit plan with all of the step 1 stuff, which is being taught in the e-commerce accelerator, but even in more detail, because the 5-step profit plan program did that, and now the Profit by Design Academy is going to do that as well. Okay, so here's a comparison. Oh, and I didn't even go through all this. So what the other thing is that the Profit by Design Academy is going to be a 10-week session. And during that session, we are going to open one module at a time. That helps you work through the course together with me and Jen. And then what we are going to do is we're going to have a Facebook group that's going to be active for those 10 weeks. Then after that, you'll be put into a general Facebook group with the rest of the program members, which were already in the 5-step profit plan program, so that you can keep asking questions. It just won't be as intense a session. And then we'll do these 10-week sessions every so often, and you can decide for a minimal fee if you want to join those sessions again. You've had your 10 weeks and you get one walkthrough of the course with all of us, with me doing Facebook Lives and Jennifer doing Facebook Lives once a week for those 10 weeks. So it's like a mini mentoring program, even though you're not in the mentoring program. Isn't that awesome? So the value is huge, and it's for beginners and advanced, because in the Profit by Design Academy, you're getting everything that's in the e-commerce accelerator, plus the other 4 steps. Okay, so it's huge. It's a really wonderful course. Everything is small 10-minute to 15-minute videos at the most for the most detailed things, and that way it's easy to do. Lots less downloadables, so that it's not so difficult. A lot of them are digital, so you can do the work on the computer, and it's going to be fantastic. All right, so the cart opens for that today as well, but then you'll just see like a welcome video until the 16th, and then we'll open up one module at a time. Okay, so that, and if you can't be there on the 16th, obviously, then just things open up. And if you either can only start in November, then that's okay, because you'll have everything open. But if you start with us, then you get to take advantage of those 10 weeks. The next time we do one of these will be in 2020. We're not doing another 10-week session this year. So if you want to ramp up your Zazzle business for next year, this is the time. And we're not going to have the cart open for much longer than about a couple of weeks during this time, because if you come in halfway through, it's not fair, right? Because you've missed the first 5 weeks. So I want to make sure that people do take advantage of the fact that you're in the program with the 10 weeks. And so I'm just kind of pushing the envelope and saying, look, if you want to do this, let's do this right now. We're ready. 10 weeks. We're here. Are you here? Are you going to be accountable to be part of this? So that, because now is the time. Next year, it's always going to take about 3 to 4 months for you to finally see progress. And so do you have a whole half a year before you decide? So you have to decide today or during the time that the cart is open, so that you can be part of this round, so that you don't have to wait until about mid-September, summer next year to really start to see progress in your Zazzle store, okay? Just a forewarning. So here the two are compared together, and if there's any questions, what are the questions that are coming up?
Just everybody's doing stores right now. So.
Okay. All right. Well, then it's really important that you understand the difference. The self-study is the e-commerce accelerator, and the Profit by Design is the one that helps you walk through the course with 10 weeks of us helping you, okay? And the e-commerce gives you step 1 of what Jennifer and I use in our 5 steps that we talk about all the time, and gives you even a little bit more, because it also gives you promotion and production, but it's basically working on helping you set up your Zazzle business properly with basically some products, like the 50 products, but then it's up to you to decide what other products you want to make. Whereas in the Profit by Design Academy, the 50 products are the start, And then we give you more detailed training on how to determine what products you're going to make to actually start building your store, to build your brand and build your niches that you want to build out. Okay. So the other thing that's really important is that you know that in both courses, you're going to get three bonus masterclasses. We're going to get the Zazzle Success Strategy for Artists. You're going to get a Zazzle Success Strategy for Photographers. And you're going to also get top 10 popular product lists for both artists and photographers, and a masterclass on how to find popular niches. And those are a value of $300. And I just want to make sure that you understand that, because that is a huge bonus that normally we would charge you for to get those. All right, we're going to also go into showing you a little bit how the whole thing is set up in terms of how you can go through the courses. Where is that one? No, I don't know where that one is. Oh, wait a minute, I have to do something else first. Hold on a second. Just have to switch it so that this is showing.
Okay.
And now we can go share. Okay. So this is a walkthrough through the course. We're not going to show you all the modules, like the content, but we're going to a new site where it's on Kajabi actually. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to keep track of your lessons. And they're all set up really nicely here in modules. And you're going to get a success plan so that you know exactly what you need to do to get through the course. You're going to get a goodie sheet with all of the links and necessary goodies that you need to complete the course. And then it's divided up into 3 modules. There's a module called Establish, which means establishing your store, like setting up your Zazzle store. What's a Z rank? What do you need to do? How to do it all? And also how to set up your store for success, such as branding your store, working on how to do your store categories. And each time there's something that's important, I'm also giving you a strategy sheet, which you can download and work from. So it's very well organized, and you get to walk through these step by step. Everything's taken care of for you. Then module 2 is the create module, and you will be told how to create your first product with text. And you're going to be able to create your first product with a photo, with artwork, and then how you can make those products with your photography and artwork and creative designs be amenable to the marketplace, in addition to posting with the traditional photography and artwork products. Okay, and I'm also going to give you my top 25 list of popular products to sell on Zazzle and a bonus list of 25 more. And I'm going to give you a product creation strategy so that you know exactly when or what types of products to make with certain designs on them, and then where those products are going to be posted in collections, which is going to be fantastic. We also walk you through the design tool in huge detail. And that way you can also learn how to make an invitation or any other complex text-based photo template, text template to design. We're using an invitation as an example, but anytime that you use any complicated text-based templates and photos for those types of designs, you can benefit from this, even if you never decide to use occasions or be in that occasions niche. All right, then the next thing is announce. That's module 3. And announcing means promotion. And so promoting, you're going to help promote your store by creating media files, creating collections, and then promoting on Pinterest. And for each of these, we give you a tutorial where you go step by step in how to create them, how to create your account on Pinterest, for example, and a strategy. So you are completely covered. And then you'll also notice the bonuses are here that I listed. So you'll get access to those if you purchase the course. And also you'll get something called the accelerator vault. And the accelerator vault goes into details, which are things that you need to know. You need to be able to take care of these and be able to do really well with these, like titles and tags, knowing what to do to be effectively using the department tree, know how to effectively use the paper breakout so that you can have your products found in the marketplace, and also how to use the Zazzle Create tool to create all your social media, icons and banners and posts, so that you don't have a lot of issues with promotion. So we've taken care of everything for you. Plus, we go into more details about purchasing graphics and how to use them, and how to use stock photography, as well as going in more detail to create those wonderful stylized images that you see, and if you have Photoshop. Okay, so this is a huge plus from if someone here is in the 7 Days to Success course and they now see this, they'll tell you in the chat, tell me in the chat actually, tell us, wow, this is amazing, right? This is much more than the 7 Days to Success course, which is the old course. And we're discontinuing that course. So anybody who's in the 7 Days to Success course will receive this course. And anyone who wants to purchase this course, they're going to receive so much more than the people that started out with us 2-3 years ago. All right, I'm going to stop the screen share because I think that was all we wanted to show here. And now we want to go and start doing some of the, let me just double check here what I wanted to say. Anything else here? Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the store critiques now. But just before I do that, I want to quickly share with you, because I want to make sure that you know the price, because you'll be very, very happy about the price. Okay, because now you're very keen on seeing that you can be part of this, but how can you be part of it? And I've told you what the value is, and really, the previous courses were less value because they had less in them. But now these courses are going to be they have so much more in them. And I'm assuming that you were going to say that, okay, I can't afford $200, but we're doing this on purpose to help you, to make sure that you can actually afford this and get going on Zazzle. So if you enroll today, it's $97 rather than $200, or 2 payments of $49, and they'll be paid this month and next month.
Should I be putting the links in the chat here?
Oh, yeah, you can put the links in the chat. We'll do it again at the end, but we want to also just show you here that this is really important. So you're getting a huge value. You just watched me walk through everything, and you can see just how much it can benefit you to have this, even the e-commerce accelerator, right? And so if you're in that price bracket where you can afford $97 US as a one-time payment, or $49 US for 2 months, a payment now and a payment next month, then you're in. You have lifetime access. You get guided step-by-step videos. You saw them all. There are like lots of them, 50 plus videos. You're going to get access to a Facebook group where we're going to do, the community is amazing. And then we're going to do Facebook Lives to answer questions. But this one is the self-study guided one. And the cart is open as of today. So we look forward to having you come into the e-commerce accelerator. And we're excited to be able to launch this. We've been working on this for a long time to make sure that it just suits everyone's purpose. Budget, being able to complete the course, giving you more than you ever got before from any of our other beginners courses, and to give you the opportunity to get started on Zazzle, which is what we really want to do. Okay, now you can do like this. This is enough, and some people have been in like this equivalent for a year or so, and they've gotten to bronze. But I think when you get to the point where you want to get to silver, then you need a little bit more help. Okay, especially if you're not very good at doing things as a self-study, and that's where the Profit by Design comes into play. And all the course material that you saw in the e-commerce accelerator when I went through the back end of the course module or members area, sorry, you'll receive all of those videos, but you'll also receive more videos that are going to cover the other 5 steps. And each of those videos will have additional bonus material added to them to go more in depth, okay? Because when you're in the Profit by Design Academy, what you're doing is you're going to be working on this pretty much like this is your business. It's not just let's see if Zazzle works for me. And so you should start, if you want to make Zazzle work for you and you want to work on getting at least 1,000 plus a month, then the Profit by Design is the course for you. And you will still get all the other material that's in the previous course, like the e-commerce accelerator, but we're going to add to it in mega detail.
Just wanted to say there's some people asking who are already part of the 7 Days to Success course where they can get access to the e-commerce accelerator material. We will be sending out an email, and we've already sent you an email actually explaining the whole situation, but we're transferring over to a completely new platform, which is called Kajabi, and we have yet to import our members yet. We're going to be doing that within the next couple of days, so you should be getting an email shortly with a new login and a new password to go onto a completely new platform, which you just saw here on the screen share. So we know that if you're eager to go and start getting ready with the new material and watching the videos, you're gonna have to wait a couple of days just because we are making sure that everything is perfect and getting you imported in properly. So at this point in time, you still have access to the old course material that you—
And you've got some new video, like you got some teasers already, so they're already in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so, and while I'm showing you the prices here, Jennifer's putting the links into purchase in the chat. And when you click on those, then you can go right to the cart. And that's really important because right now, that's the only way to access this and to reserve your spot. And we're limiting the number of people that are going to be in the Profit by Design Academy because we want to give everyone our attention. So reserve or miss out, and then you'll have to wait until 2020. So just to let you know. Now, we were in the process of talking about the price. The value of this is definitely at the $2,000 value mark, but for you, again, if you enroll, then you'll be able to get the $997 price, which is the price that we used to have for the equivalent old program, but now you're getting 40% more of the old program, which is like incredible. And we're still keeping the price the same. And you can also use the payment plan, which is $97 US for 12 monthly payments. Okay, so put in, like the links are going to be put in to the chat and click on them. Don't let like the chat get too busy. We'll keep putting them in because as I said, the enrollment starts today, but then once we have enough, that's it, and we're closing it up, and then we won't do this until September, or sorry, next January in 2020. And I don't want to be salesy, but I just want to say, hey, I'm one of these people that takes action, and that's one of the reasons that we've done so well in our business. Jennifer and I take action, and it's up to you today to take action. It's time to take action to say, hey, realistically, I need help. Because what's going to happen is when we do these stored profiles, you're going to realize you need help, and we are here to give it to you. But do you want to make more money now, or do you want to stay where you are? And what you're doing right now is getting you those results. And we are just kind of putting a little bit of a fire under your business so that you can say, okay, yeah, that's true. I really want to do as well as the people that you've showcased. And it's time for me to just jump in. And yes, it's not that hard for me to pay $97 for 12 months. And what happened with Brandon, he's the one who's making $40,000 like as his total lifetime earnings over the last 2 years. In the first 3 months, he made a couple $100, and then by month 3, he was already making $1,000. It's up to you. There's other people that have been in the course for over 2 years and they haven't done the same. So it's one of these things where you have to take action. Brendan took action, but all the course material is there, even more now because of the updated, improved, and revised Profit by Design Academy. So all the tools are there. You're going to get everything you need. You're going to have someone being able to answer your questions. You don't have to go into the Zazzle forum. You don't have to sit there and go, well, I wonder what to do. I can just ask in the Facebook group. That's what you're going to do. And then that's the whole thing, right? You're working at home alone and you start to think, well, I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure this out. And then you go on to Google to figure it out.
Okay, people are saying that the links aren't going through, but I've posted it 3 times now, so I'm not too sure.
They're not clicking on them.
Well, people say that they can't see them, like they can't actually see in the chat the link. So I'm really not too sure here. Give me 1 second and I'll try and copy them over again, but this is really weird.
All right. Where was I?
Sorry.
Okay, so the main thing is if you can tell already through my voice, I take you on almost as my own. I want to help you succeed, and it frustrates me when people are not willing to do it, because it's all here for you. It's all here for you. If you follow the steps, do the things you need to do to post, and now we've also got all this extra stuff for photographers and for artists. There's ways to do it, and we just have to do the work. And how to do the work is you can figure it out by yourself, or you can use the Profit by Design Academy. Okay, so let me see. If people are not able to do it, then what are we going to do?
I'm really not too sure, because I've been answering questions to people in the chat before, but they said please write it in the Q&A, but I can't. I can only be asked questions in the Q&A. So please let me know if this is, I'm not too sure what's going on.
Okay. Well, while Jennifer works out that tech issue, I'm going to just give you a reminder that basically you can see the 4 and you can see the 16. So that means today you can join the e-commerce accelerator, and then the Profit by Design starts on the 16th, and we'll keep the cart open a little bit later if there aren't enough people in yet, but there will be a limit. And then if we close the cart early, it's better just to get in as soon as possible. And you don't want to miss any of the 10 weeks, right? Because that's part of the whole thing. If you join in October, then in October you're going to have to catch up. And if you don't have a lot of time in the first place, we've done this so strategically so that every week there's just the right amount to do, so that you get through the whole 5 steps all at once, that we use all the time. And you have to have those steps there ready to go, implemented in your Zazzle business, so that you can actually get the profits that you want to get. And I kind of lost track of what I was going to say there, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't confuse you with what it used to be called. The Profit by Design Academy is the new course, and anyone who's in the 5-step profit plan program will get switched over, and it'll change the name, because even we're getting confused with the name. So that was one of the things, our bad. We're fixing it. But now that's the problem. When I see people who have been in the program for about 6 months, which is definitely, like, you're supposed to be able to finish the program in 30 days to 90 days. Okay. And so people who were in the program for 6 months, they weren't finishing the program because they were getting stuck. And we want to make sure we don't, and it wasn't our fault. It was that they were getting stuck on things that once I asked them, they were finally figuring out that they didn't need to be stuck on that. They just had to ask. So now this 10 weeks solves that, because we're there. We're going to be sitting there going, how are you doing? What happened? Oh, no, you just have to do this and that's it. And they go, oh my gosh, I could have spent a lot less time on this. And it's like, yeah. So that's the whole point of the 10 weeks with us. Just like this, you're going to see my living room a lot. And then you'll be able to get the chance to just help us work you through the course. And once you get the entire course done through the Profit by Design Academy, you're just going to be blown away. It's going to change everything. You're going to be able to actually run your business properly, so that you can start seeing good results like Brandon. And there's a couple of other testimonials which we're going to be releasing shortly. But yeah, people who have gone from 0 to silver, and it's like, wow. And I'm happy for them, but it's not something I didn't expect. And actually what really bothers me is that there's not more than 10% of the people. Okay, so let's do some store critiques. We have to find some links, and let's start. Are the links working now?
Yes.
Okay, the links are working now. So make sure you pick the link that works for you. Jennifer's putting in the links for the 97 and for the 997, and also for the two payments of 47 or the 97. Okay, so that you pick the right one. There's 4. So, but let's see which. If you already know, then that's good. If you don't know, that's what we're doing next. We're going to work on figuring out where you fit in, and we're going to give you store reviews, so you get to have a really good sense of what happens we're not, we're not going to, the mentoring is where we do this all the time. The 5-step profit plan program or the Profit by Design Academy, we will do a select people on our lives, so you can make a decision. But we are going to do all of this here as a bonus so that you understand that we know what we're doing. And we have very helpful advice. Jen raised her hand. Is that you? Okay, so let's try a store. What store can we use? And you can send me a link.
Oh, okay, here, I'll give you an email. I'll send you an email of what I've been collecting so you can open it up.
Okay.
Or you don't have, it's just that I...
Can't we? Okay, okay.
Sure, okay, here. So we've got Melrose Originals.
Okay, I think that's probably the easiest way to do this. It's just to go into here. Okay, just give us a second so we can get started. We're going to do Melissa's first. And so it's, is there anything underneath it? Like,
no, so Melrose, R-O-S-E, Originals. So this is Melissa, and she is not a course member.
Okay, so now we just can share the screen. Technology is amazing. Okay, Melissa, it's wonderful. You have some beautiful designs, and your banner already is perfect because it's showcasing what you offer. Fantastic. Now, what is she someone who I can?
Hello, I've been on Zazzle since 2017 October, and I feel like I'm just missing the boat in some aspects that I could not pinpoint. I have a starting goal of 10,000 a year. I've only made about 450 to date. I have editor's picks. I even had a coaster on the front page today, and I have even a wedding collection chosen in the top 50 favorites of from this year's contest.
Well, fantastic. That's exactly right. So then what might be happening here is you need to put things more into the niches and that are selling. Okay, and let's have a look here at some of your products. So, one of the first things that I want you to do as a start, this is, and it's a beautiful name, by the way. I love how you spell it. Okay, it is that you have to give people what they're seeing, or like you have to keep it going. And what's happening here is you've got all these gorgeous designs up top, and so I'm expecting more artwork. And then the first thing I see is actually not nearly the same kind of artwork as before. All right. So and it's just a big feed of one product section, which is good. And actually it's a collection. So that's good. That's actually something that we teach, but the choice of the collection is not good. And so what we do in terms of store branding is we always are consistent with what it is that we're offering on the homepage first. So we're going to do two things. We're going to talk about the homepage for when people do show up at your store so they can see who you are and that you're consistent with your branding. Then the second thing we're going to do is talk about some products and what you could work on making sure that you get into those sales rather than just being showcased as editor's picks and being in the 50th, 50 top of the wedding invitations, which is fantastic, by the way. And that will pay off. It'll probably pay off more so as the year goes on, because not everybody who, like, we have course members who are also in that top 50, and it's probably going to just showcase or be relevant next year with your sales. But let's just keep going with the homepage first. The homepage, you can change your banner as many times as you want. You can change it weekly, and I suggest that actually so that you can be consistent with whatever it is that you want to showcase. And you're doing the right thing by showcasing a fall themed item for people who want to buy something around Thanksgiving. Perfect marketing, really good. But the problem is that I see this and then I don't, and then I see this. And so there's a disconnect. And it's like, well, so what is all this stuff up here? So instead, if you can use the Zazzle Create tool, or if you have Photoshop abilities and you have Adobe Premiere, like Adobe Photoshop, then you can actually create images up here for your banner that match the products that are here that you want to showcase. And then the other thing that you're missing is the collection or the categories. You don't have any store categories. and they need to be showing up here. And I suggest 6. And if you're going to have this as your collection that you're showcasing, then you should have a collage of things that have that design in them in the banner. And be careful though that the collage isn't just sort of this mishmash of items that are all missized. If you're going to put in a pillow, then only put in something else that's the same size as a pillow if all these products are floating. Or if you want to, you can maybe you know, have an image where you have a cake, or like this is the cake stand, and you could have a plate, and you could have a napkin, and you could see how you could put that together either as a collage of images like you've done up here, so that you don't have to put them in perspective and, you know, angle them, or it can be a matter of taking 2 different pictures that are fall themed, sticking them in, and then putting one of your products in the middle, one of those. And that's it. And you can change these banners out weekly, daily if you want. And by then having the product in your banner, and then the same image in your categories on the icon, and then they come down and they see the collection, then they are very happy because they can find what it is that you just showcased. It doesn't matter that you're showcasing a bazillion other things. The most important thing is that every time someone comes to the homepage, it's nice and consistent. All right, so that's the first thing, and we teach more of that and give more detail about that in the courses, even in the e-commerce accelerator. Okay, so then let's have a look at your products. The best thing to do here is to go to the popular products, and the first thing I'm going to check to see is this is a postcard. Okay, so when you're selling rubber stamps, decals, notepad, leggings. Okay, so lots of decals, some cards. So what's happening is that you're not selling a lot of stuff that's high priced. And so what I'm going to say right now, right off the bat, okay, can you also tell me which one of your wedding invitations got picked? Was it this one? If she posts in the chat, let me know. But if it was this wedding invitation, because it's the first one that comes up, so maybe this one got picked as the top 50, then that's not bad. It's what, 1, 2, yeah, it's getting close to the top, but it doesn't mean, it means that it's not quite, you know. Let me just quickly click on this to see if they, if it also, okay, so the collection looks good. All right. In your collection, you should definitely have something other than these items showing right here, because it's a disconnect. You've got these wonderful florals, and then there's these plain things. It doesn't fit together. So it's better to also have some sort of floral design here too, at least in your top 6. You can have those as additional items that they can pick if they don't want everything to be matchy-matchy. But this is really important that you don't have all this variation, because then it just looks like it's a feed rather than a collection. Okay, and what's really interesting is that if this is the collection that, or the design that you got chosen for with the Zazzle design contest for the invitations, wedding invitation, then what's happening though is that your card is coming up with baby showers and other stuff, and bridal showers and brunch and bubbly. So only 2 wedding invitations are showing up along with yours in the other designs that you might like. And because of that, there's a problem. There's a problem in your titles and tags. And it might just be more your tags, because your title sounds pretty good.
Sorry, I don't know. I've been busy typing away, but Melissa said, no, it was not that one. It is in my pastel paint drips collection.
Okay, I'll look that up in a minute. Okay, you'll also notice that here, this is something new that we're not sure about exactly with regards to what Zazzle's doing. We can only guess that the ones that are not highlighted in blue means that you are one of the few that are using this keyword tag. And because most of them are black instead of blue, I'm thinking that your design is not showing up in where it needs to in more of the popular searches. Okay, so you will have to just try really hard to pick different titles and tags, and that's definitely, I can see that there's issues there. And we talk about that extensively. It's too much. I want to be fair to other people. So that is something we talk about in both the e-commerce accelerator and the Profit by Design Academy in great detail to show you exactly how to play around with these things. And yeah, the fact that your invitation that you got, that you won with, is not here is a sign that there's lack of views, and that's because of the lack of sales, because you've got beautiful products, very unique, very original. The fact that you've gotten editors picks means that it's already really, you're offering things that Zazzle likes, but you need to help them find your products. Okay, so let's look at all of these. A couple woman. So are other products being found? Okay, see, look, this is a test, and everyone who's watching this, even though it's not, I'm not doing your store, I'm not going to do this for every single person. So this is like this mini lesson that you're getting for free. When you look down here and you don't see products that are similar to what you're offering, then you've got the wrong titles and tags. Okay, and that's what the problem is. So for Melissa, work on your titles and tags, and we would love to help you in the Profit by Design Academy. I don't think you don't need the e-commerce accelerator. You need the Profit by Design Academy, because you need to work on having, I'm going to stop the screen share. You need to work on having a nice consistent base of low, medium, and high priced items that are popular so that they sell and that you make more than 450. And your titles and tags are definitely need work, and how you set up your store and your branding also needs work, even though like you've got fantastic creative designs, but the products that they're on right now are not either being like, if you have the products that you should, especially the ones that we've listed for artists, and if you have those, then that's great. But if you don't, then you should, and you can benefit from the list that we have in the Profit by Design Academy. But also your titles and tags need work, and then you'll start to get people finding your products. Okay, so how about another one?
We've got, I'll give you, I will tell you right now, but we've got 2 people who signed up now for the Profit by Design Program Academy. We've got Stephanie, and
welcome, Stephanie.
And then we have H. Miller. So hold on.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so Heather.
I'm always excited, because that means like, good, I get to help them. Yeah.
All right, so Heather didn't actually have a course before, or she wasn't part of a course, so she just purchased. And then this is hers here.
Oh, okay, so she just purchased, and she wants to have her store reviewed now?
Well, she wrote that in the chat before.
Okay.
So White Roses Patterns.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just, all right, I'm going to just share the screen.
And one more little housekeeping rule. Everybody's been, I guess people have come in and gone off at different times, but if you are part of the 7 Days to Success course, you will get access to the e-commerce accelerator. We have not given you access yet. We will be emailing you shortly with login details. If you are part of the 7 Days to Success, you still do have to pay full price for the Profit by Design Academy if you would like to purchase the higher course for the $1,000 or with the payment plan. You do not get a discount for having purchased the 7 Days to Success course previously.
Yeah, that was a bonus that we did a long time ago, but since we're already giving you such a big discount, because whatever, was originally the $997 5-step profit plan program is now even got more, like 40% more in it than it, and so we just can't, the $997 is it.
Mm-hmm. And if you purchase now the Profit by Design Academy, like Heather and Stephanie, you get access to the course members website. You should have already received your login details. What you will see is a welcome video, and then when we release the course material on September 16th, then you'll be able to access all of the videos that we have made up for you. But right now there's no course content in on the actual course, because we're going to be doing the 10-week session with you.
Okay, so just so that you know, it's coming. It's coming. It's just we want to share it with you in the week bits so that you don't get overwhelmed, and that we make sure that every time that there's a week of training material, you actually get it all done, and then you move on and you feel really good about it because you've accomplished so much already. And the training itself is not just watch a video and now you know. It's you watch a video and then you actually are making the products in your store, or you signing up for your, like, well, some of you have already, obviously signed up, but that's the whole point, is it's going to be bits by bit, and you're going to actually work through so many more details so that you can then set up your business properly. And then by the time the 10 weeks is over, you're just going to be blown away. Okay, so now Heather's store, let's go quickly. What was the, she said the earnings and stuff.
So she says, I've been on Zazzle for 13 years. I've earned a lifetime of $3,000, and now I'm earning about $20 to $30 a month.
Okay, well, we are going to see what we can do to help you. Now, obviously, you've already signed up, but I'm still going to showcase a couple of things here, Heather, so that we can help you. And we're going to definitely, it'll be my mission. I'm going to be on you to get moving. Okay, so the first thing that, I don't know if you caught it in the first review, but you have way too many store categories. Because if you consider what people do now, 50% of the people shop mobile. Okay, and they would have to scroll through all, if, first of all, not everyone comes to your store. And then the second thing is if they come to your store, they don't want to go through all of these product categories before they actually see anything that you offer. Okay, so 6 maximum. And then we're going to work with you to get through these categories to help you consolidate them. When we're in the course, when we do the training and stuff, you'll already probably see some of the things that you could fix, but having things just like yoga mats or car mats, or like apparel and accessories could be all one, that kind of thing. You can really bring them down. So you're going to have, the first thing you're going to do is play around with some store category organization. Or if you have, like, let me see how many products you have. See, again, you would see all these and it would be a lot. Why is it not, where's it cut? How much is it showing me? Oh, how come it's not showing me how many? Okay, I don't know how many you have. You'd have to tell me, but I would imagine for being on so many years that you would definitely have a lot of products. So you're in the same boat as I am. I had so many products, and I finally just gave up, and I said, okay, those products, we're just going to leave them there, and I'm going to make new categories and start to build my whatever is nice and new. I will move those over into the new categories, but then the other ones I'm just going to leave in my old categories, and just, that's the name of the game. Otherwise, you're going to be here next year still organizing your store, which you don't need to do. Okay, so in that was my overall advice for the categories, and so we'll get you going there in the course, because this is way over. This takes time and organization, and when you do it, you want to think about it for a while first, not just haphazardly start mixing things up based on what you do have, because we want to get you to where you should be. And so your categories might change even then, because we want to work you through product creation strategies first, and then you'll actually realize, oh, I actually do want to have a category for something completely different. And so don't get in the habit. Many of our course members did before they got the training, where they realized, oh, I just have to resort my entire store. And it's like, cleaning out your closet, but never throwing anything out. And you're not going to throw anything out, but the whole idea is that you don't need to clean up your closet completely. You just need to have people find things that really they should be finding. And then the other things are just there because it's too much work to put the time and effort in. You can put your time and effort into more important things, that like making more products that are currently trending. Okay, so now the next thing I want to see here is, okay, so you've got, is this your only store? Okay, you don't have your stores listed, so I'm assuming that this is your only store. And you have lots of patterns, which is awesome. White roses patterns. The first thing is, I don't know, white roses, is that 2 words or 1? But anyway, so then patterns, what you're going to have to do with patterns, and I've been through this myself. Back in the day, about 5-6 years ago, patterns were all the rage. And now, of course, and we all went into the patterns and just crazy, thousands and thousands of products. And now patterns are not that, like only certain patterns are still in vogue. And some are coming back, some are not. And also color trends. And so I want to know what we're going to have to do when you're in the program is we're going to have to actually look at your numbers and figure out which of these patterns are giving you value and which ones are not. And then you're going to decide on whether you want to bring them into the new color schemes that are trending. Like these ones here, the dark, the chocolate brown and the teal, they were trending a couple of years ago, but not so much anymore. Okay, and they're your popular products. And so what's happening too also is that you've got popular products that are mainly, there's not, you've got some where you've added text, but the idea is that most of your popular products that are selling, I'm assuming, are ones that are not text-based. And Zazzle is a text-based company. That's the whole reason that people go there, is because they want to customize it, make it their own. And so let me just check to see if you're doing that with the new products. No, not yet. Okay, and your new color schemes are better. But we also, we're gonna have to really work with you, because also artsy bees, artsy isn't really a necessary need that you wanna have, and all of these are the same. So that's also a problem. You shouldn't have the same titles for all of your products. It should be something like colorful, or even just yellow, black, bees, floral pattern, something like that, okay? That would give you more descriptors that would help your actual products be found. And then you would want variations of those. And also something's really, something's happening here. I don't know if it's the same price and the same item. Is it
Heather, okay, sorry, Heather, I'm going back and forth, I'm answering questions, but Heather said, I have 4,119 products. The store is relatively new and I rearranged into categories. Then Melissa also says, Zazzle has removed the number of products from the public storefront. Then Heather says, no, I have several. This is my main focus.
Okay, all right, but yeah, so why are there doubles? That's what I want to know. So it's important that you don't have doubles so that they don't show up here. And you don't have to have them on every, and there's a tablecloth. Yeah, I know that you've got, maybe they're different sizes. Yeah, that one's different sizes, but the other two are the same price. So anyway, you'll have to go in and have a look to see if you really need all of these products all the time. I would always just post the lower price item and then they can upsell if they want the bigger size, okay, like the wrapping paper. So we've handled a couple of things already, and banner, like I haven't even really talked about the homepage except for the categories, but you can catch up from what I did for Melissa. Those also apply to you. And then there's some definite titles, tags, and product options that you can choose, and also the designing itself. And that's all covered. So you're going to be in great shape when we get to the to open up the modules. Okay, so thank you so much again for purchasing, and I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to help you. Okay, let's do another one.
Okay, so
now everyone who hasn't had their store reviewed, you can see there's going to be similarities, right? If you have thousands of categories, then 6, that's even if I don't review your store, but I'll do my best. If there's that many stores, I can't do 60, but we'll see what we can do here.
Okay, so we've got Cassie Peters. I'm a bronze, but I really want to get to silver level. My current earnings are almost 13,000. My main store is Angel and Spot. But I have several other stores as well. Some are public and some are private, as I have a political store and I don't really want that linked to my brand name. But I also know politics sell. And she is not a course member.
Okay. So Angel, are you...
Cassie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Cassie?
Cassie.
Cassie,
or
okay.
Hopefully I'm saying that Cassie or Casey, but I think it's Cassie.
I apologize. I've been talking for an hour and a half. I've got a frog in my throat now. Okay, the first thing that I want you just to know is that, sorry, your store icon and your profile icon are not helpful, because they make me think that I'm going to be looking at horse products. Okay, really important that you do your branding properly. We teach this in the Profit by Design Academy. We also teach it in the e-commerce accelerator, but not to that extent. But the main thing is consistency and branding, and people see these things, and it's really important that you have a professional looking thing, and that whatever you do have is something that gives an indication as to what you have to offer. And then now we've got Angel Spot as a logo, and then I'm assuming all of your stuff is all vintage. Okay.
Just want to say that I think I've got everybody's store link so far in the chat and the Q&A. If I have not responded to you in the Q&A or said anything in the chat, you can write it again, but only if you're a 7 Days to Success member or non-member. And if you've already sent me the link, please don't send it again, because I've got multiples and I'm trying to keep track of everybody. So thank you very much for interacting with me. But yeah, if you've already sent me your link, I've got it recorded. And the reason why we are doing these people's reviews is because I've got a list going. It's not that I haven't seen your message. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. So again, this same applies to you, Cassie, that I talked about with the other people. Yes, your store, it may not always be the place where people start out, but when you are, especially with you who've already made like 13,000 as a whole, you're not talking small time hobby-ish Zazzle business. You want to look extremely professional so that you can start making 6 figures. And you have to be professional. Someone has to be able to identify with either you as your picture or also as your a company logo if you don't want to have your picture on there. And they need to understand what you're all about when they get to your store. And that's not happening here. I see modern text over vintage text. So I see like grunge type designs indicated by the banner. I see horse lover style. I think I'm going to find horse designs, but I don't, because you've got your icon and your store profile set up that way. And then you have these, vintage things that are from old postcards and stuff, showcases your first thing. You don't even have any categories. And so you're just giving people feeds of, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. And it's not helpful. It's really bad in terms of marketing. And it's the strategy that we teach in the program and the Profit by Design Academy. And let's see. And then never put on latest product sold. It's because it's a mishmash of things. And even though it's a wonderful thing to see, and it's like, hey, I'm a good designer, I can, sell things. That's not the point. Customers aren't here to find out how well you're doing. Customers are in your store to find what they're looking for. Okay, so that should never even be on your homepage, as much as Zazzle would like you to do that, because then they, can say, hey, everyone's selling stuff. But no, we're a business, especially you. You told me your amount, you want to get to silver. This is not part of the professional look. All right, and then let me see, what else can I tell you right off the bat? And I'm being a little harsh, but that's what needs to happen when you get to this level. And kudos to you that you've made so much money already. Fantastic. I'm really proud of you for that. I don't know you, but I'm always happy when people are successful on Zazzle, because Zazzle has given Jennifer and I so much. It's given us time freedom. Look at us. We're in the middle of the day. We're spending 2 hours helping you guys. We just spent the last 3 months doing nothing but working on the courses for you guys while we're still making more money on Zazzle. So, I mean, sure, we decided to pick working on something else to help people, to give back as our choice, but we've also done things like taken off to New Zealand for 6 weeks. And I go visit Jen in Spain. She's here in Canada right now, but I go and visit Jen for 2-3 months at a time in Mallorca, in Spain, and she comes here. And we are just so blessed And we want that same thing to happen to you, because Zazzle has been consistently a good platform for over 10 years. And if you've been on Zazzle for a long time and you haven't reaped the benefits, then that is why we started doing these courses 3 years ago, is because I was so sad about all the people in the Zazzle forum that were saying, I can't do this. You know, how come I'm not making any money? And so now I'm in there 110% helping people, and I see results from people, and I'm so excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited here already. Okay, because I can see that I can help you. Okay, Cassie, I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, the first thing is the categories here, you have to, and this, we teach you this in the Profit by Design Academy, you have to make good store category images. They can't be all different sizes. They can't be so many. They can't be, it's almost like having an Instagram feed, okay? People have to feel happy about, and it has to be coordinated, and they have to figure out what they're doing. And yes, it's alphabetical, but let me just see how many. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, I know that what you're doing. I physically see, as a Zazzle designer, this is great. And you should still have all of these categories, but you shouldn't show them all. Okay. And you may also want to have them in such a way that you say something like, you know, vintage graphics, vintage photos, animal photos, so that so it starts out with artwork and photography. Okay, those are your top categories. Then underneath it would say, under photography, let's start there, because I can see you've got rabbits, and we've got let's see, mainly animals. So then what we would do is we would organize it in terms of what your themes are within the photography section. And you would do the same for the artwork. So you can see, I already see that you've got both art and photography for certain things that would be similar, like animals. And then, so you would have your photography, then it would say animals, and then the next category would be all the different things, cats, cattle, chickens, whatever you've got. Okay, so those, what you're seeing here on this main home category is actually supposed to be about 3 down, so that you can then help the people guide them in, right? You can't, when you go into a store, I'm going to stop the screen share for just a minute. When you go into a store, you don't come into the store and like within 2 feet of the entrance, the store has you know, pharmacy supplies, groceries, like you don't just sort of come in and just see all of this stuff mixed together on the same shelf. You see, oh, I have to go into an aisle, and then that aisle is all about condiments, and then in the aisle I see, you know, things for ketchup and things for mustard and things for relish. And then when I get to the ketchup aisle, I see 4 different brands of ketchup. And so that's what you need to do with your store categories. And that will be so much more helpful for the customer who's trying to go through your library of all the things that you've got, okay? So that's going to be, if you want to take that advice, I know it might be quite a big undertaking. What we would do if you were in the Profit by Design program, we would also check first to see how many of those things were selling and whether it was worth making like that whole transition to that new category setup. But if they were selling, but people were maybe just not finding them, that like if we would do not only a store review of your sales, but also a Zazzle review to see what is trending. And the things that would be trending would be the things that we would focus on. Okay, so let me see. Let's see what else I can do for you in terms of the store category or the products. But yeah, this would, especially because of the theme that you're after, excuse me, then you've got to help people organize things so that they can get down to where they need to if they're actually going to come to your store, okay? Now let's have a look at some of the other things here. Your popular products that are selling are postcards. And as I mentioned with the other 2 store reviews, postcards are not going to do it for you. You need middle and higher priced items. And what we would identify what you could do to get those priced items into your store so that you would make those sales and up your range, right? If you want to get to silver, Silver is $25,000. Even if you made 13, you basically have to double. What is that right? Am I working with the right numbers? You basically have to double what you've already made, but you made that in so many other years, right? And working on it. And what I want to do now is to, like Brandon, he's decided that he's going to make $50,000 this year. He made 10 in his first year, 25 in his second year-ish, actually made up 30, and then to get him up to 40, because he keeps telling me another email, oh, I made more. And it's like, okay, what's the final number? I was like, although I'm super happy for him. But yeah, listen.
Dawn just purchased the Profit by Design Academy, so we've got.
Welcome, Dawn. That's very, very, very nice. I'm so happy. It makes me really excited because, you know what? It's potential. It's the future. And I'm so excited because, yes, of course, you've just paid money, but we're here and we're so excited to help you. And that's the most important thing, is because we see the potential of your Zazzle earnings. All right, so let's get back to Cassie making double what she's already made in the whole time that she's been on Zazzle to get to silver. That would mean we have to help also to understand this market. And the market right now is actually not trending for this sort of stuff. And so let's say what you've done is your newest.
Norma asks, when you say $100 to $1,000 in sales, are you referring to the product sales or the royalty payments?
I'm
not sure if that. I'm really.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Well, who, like, you're telling me that
Patricia just joined as well. Sorry.
Patricia, welcome. Okay. Who are we talking about with the 100 and 1,000? I think the numbers are. It's okay. Jennifer and I have each, like together, we have sold over $12 million worth of product. We set our royalty at about 10%, and we've literally taken home 1.2 million US. Okay, so the 25,000, when we're talking about the pro seller people, and like Brandon, that's actually what's. Now she's got me confused.
I don't know. I'm not too sure if you were talking.
It's sales. For the pro designer, is that what you're talking about? But I'm just trying to make sure I don't mislead you. He's made 40,000 take home. That's his royalties. But he's sold $400,000 worth. Okay.
She says for the pro designer, yes.
Okay. So maybe we have to just bring up the pro designer is sales. Okay. So actually, I think I'm making a mistake because Cassie said earnings, and so you have to make another $130,000 to make your to get to the. No, how's that possible? I'm confused now.
Okay, sorry.
I'm getting things confused. Okay, to get to the silver, you're almost at silver because you've sold 13,000. Is that correct, Cassie? If you're still on, please let me know. And that means you have to sell another 13,000, which is good. But it means that you'll take home 1,300, okay, if you have your stuff at 10%. But still, in terms of a sale, then just look what you have to do. Let's say we now I see that you've got the shoes, which is really good, but they're the espadrilles. I always want to say I won't even say what it is. Espadrilles. They're really good because they're a big ticket item. So you have to have big ticket items in your store so that people can actually buy them. And so that's fantastic. But a lot of your other ones are all low priced. So even if you had your stuff at 10%, you'd make $3 here, $2 something here, $2 something there for one. And these are the fabrics. So I don't know if they buy them in, I don't sell a lot of fabrics, but I know maybe if they buy them in more than one batch, then that's good. But otherwise, if that's the total that you'll make from that one customer, if they buy it, then you need to have higher priced items. So you've got the shoes, that's awesome. But basically what you're doing here is all of these are one-offs, like you'd buy one t-shirt, more likely, one bag, unless you've made it for some sort of event. Maybe buy, the golf balls, but they're in a package, so it'll only still be about $1.70. So do you understand? We're going to walk with you through all of these things in much more detail, not just like quick like this, and show you how to set up products that sell all year long, products that are in the low, medium, and high, so that you can upgrade your product, your dollar per customer is what we work on to get it higher, so that your average dollar per customer is consistently a certain amount, so that then you can say, oh, you know, on average, no matter what month it is, I make, I'm going to stop the screen share so I don't look at the heart the whole time. On average, I make, you know, $5 a customer, and I on average get $100 or 100 customers to come to my store. Well, then that would be $500 a month that I could guarantee. And then I would be working on doing things like seasonal sales. And I have to plug this in here so that I can get like spikes in my sales, but I'm always guaranteed a certain amount of money per month. And that's part of the Profit by Design Academy's setup. We're going to go into such detail. You may not like numbers, but we're going to help you through that so that you can really get the product types in your store and focus your time on making those products that you need to generate that consistent income month after month. Okay. All right. So who's next? I think I gave enough to Cassie.
Give me 1 second.
And we're at almost the 2-hour mark. We have 20 minutes left,
okay,
but we'll see how we do.
We've got, let me see. Should we keep on doing no courses or 7 Days to Success members now?
Whatever you'd like. Is there
maybe Kay Moore? She's a 7 Days to Success member. So Cheryl Lane Designs.
Okay.
Cheryl with 2 R's.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check how you spell the Cheryl.
No.
What?
RRY.
You said Cheryl.
I said with 2 R's.
Cherry.
No, Cheryl. Or Cherry Lane Design. Sorry, I'm Cheryl.
That's okay. No problem. Okay, we've got it. And as soon as it loads, I will screen share. Okay.
Okay, so she says she's in the 7 Days to Success class. She's at the pro level. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Then her store is a little over a year old. She's earning $75 to $100 a month, but would like to earn more.
Congratulations, Kay.
Started out making various products, trying to find my niche, but I had a hard time. I recently started making invitations and she hopes that these sell better. Okay,
so this is fantastic, but everyone watching, first of all, you do not need to make invitations to sell. Okay, there's so much on Zazzle now that even though maybe you can see there is logic to selling invitations because they sell in bulk. And since they're already at a certain amount per, the lowest amount, you're more than likely guaranteed, unless you're doing it for a small niche, she has Carolyn's turning 1 is one of her invitations. So a birthday invitation for 1, unless someone has a lot of money, there's going to be like 10 people there, but or 20. And if they send out invitations, that means you'll get a small amount. So where the big ticket comes in is Christmas cards, where people buy 100, or weddings where people buy 100, or birthdays, and so on. But just understand that invitations are not the only thing that's going to give you the ability to make money on Zazzle. And it's not the largest percentage of what we make. It's definitely some, but it's not all. And there's people that are in our courses that don't want to do a single invitation, and they're still doing well. Okay.
Norma just signed up for the e-commerce accelerator.
Norma, welcome. You get to just have total access right away and get started. We can't wait to see how you do. All right. So let's talk more about Kay's store. Now, I love that you're going into invitations, and I definitely have a knack for them. And then I love what you did with the banner. And the only thing I'm wondering about is, again, it's part of the Profit by Design program, but we're giving away a lot of stuff here. But basically, here it's again saying it's invitations, which is perfect. And you've got them all equally sized so that they look good, except for your horizontal one is a little small. But it's just like, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. And when you do that, people just go, whoa, I don't know what you want. It's like, even if they wanted to come and get a Christmas card, they go, but you only have one Christmas card. I don't know. I don't like that one in particular. I wanted a different one, but I want a Christmas card. Do you see the like dialogue that can go on in someone's head when they come to your store? So that's really important that you understand that if you are going to showcase cards, that it's either a set with, like, let's say the birthday, the Carolyn's turning 1, and then you have the sticker and the envelope, exactly, for example. I wouldn't start putting party invitation, like party plates and banners there. That's too much. But just simple, you know, that KISS motto, keep it simple, you know, silly. Silly. You have to keep it simple for people, because a buying decision is the most difficult decision that people make in their lives. And it goes to every single thing. You go to the grocery store and go, oh, well, I want to buy Heinz ketchup, but actually the no name is on sale for a couple of bucks less. And then I'm sitting there going, a couple of bucks less or Heinz? And it's not because I'm cheap, it's because there's something in me, in the like subconscious, that's telling me I should buy the brand because I've heard all the marketing. But it's the same as the no name, you know, the same ingredients. I'll just go for the cheap, but I should buy the brand. And so what you're doing as a marketer on Zazzle is, I should buy the brand. And you're giving the messages to each customer that comes to your store and saying, yes, I've made the right decision to buy this product. Okay, and so it's super important that, let's say now you had this banner, you would say either have all Christmas or all birthday or all baby shower. And if you want, there's 2 ways to do it. You can have coordinating items like I talked to you about it with the birthday, or I would have multiple different types of designs from a particular theme or niche. So I either have 3 or 5 choices for baby showers, or 3 or 5 choices for the Christmas cards, or 3 or 5 choices for the save the date. And then on top of it, I'd be that clever to actually make them all color coordinated. Okay, they don't have to all be burgundy or all be, you know, pink, but they have to feel good together. Okay, so that's the first thing. Your categories, beautiful.
She says, good to know. I was trying to showcase a variety of card topics, but I can see how having several of them, or several of one theme would be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm going to give you the same advice. Even though these are beautiful, you made really good thumbnails, and you don't have more than 6, which is fantastic because you're in my course and you know exactly what we're talking about. The one with the invitations is still too much, because you're saying, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this. But the events and occasions already tell people. And what you want to do actually is have the same one that's up here. So this graduate is really nice, but then you'd have to have the exact same graduate card with the same photo and the same name and same color scheme down here in your icon, okay? So that people can go, oh, I like this graduate. And yes, of course, you are just eliminating so many other products. So you could be showcasing. That's why you can switch them out. You can switch these out every single day if you want. It's a lot of work. I would suggest like monthly, or if you want to, weekly. But you have to be able to help the person go, oh, I see it in the banner. Oh, there it is, click. And then when I click on this, let me see what happens. I'm gonna see if it's not clicking through because I've got low internet here. Let's click out of some of this stuff. And this one, we don't have to go back in, right? Okay, why is it not advancing? There we go. We're just frozen for a minute. I want to click through and see what happens. It's not clicking through. It's happened to me on the other day when I was doing it live as well. Okay, I'll go a different way. I'll go here, and then I'll click here. Maybe there's just a glitch on Zazzle right now.
Well, it's refresh, so if you go down.
Yeah, it's not letting me go into the subcategories, but I'll do it. I'll do it from here.
Well, it's spinning right now.
Okay, it's still spinning. We're just working on it here. Okay. Oh, it's still spinning. Well, okay, so I'll just look here instead, because under events, there, okay, it is coming through. It's just taking a
Dawn
little bit to
says
load.
Zazzle categories aren't working at the moment. It's been that way for a few days.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so this one too, now you have a different picture. That's even, is that another picture or is that the same one?
It's the same one.
Okay, from the icon from the one before. But because you've now changed it and made it a male and a female, the people don't get it. They want just to see one, and they get confused. And so we want to have them keep clicking through. So literally, whatever I make as my occasions icon is also my, whatever the thing is on there. If I'm doing graduation, then the graduation would be in the banner, on the occasions icon, and then in the graduation. And then if you click on the graduation section here, then if you have a ton of graduation items, and again, you could at that point decide to put the put another category in with more subcategories to showcase all of your designs. And I would suggest that here because you're not getting the feed from the product that quickly. But or if you don't want to for now, if it's a lot of work for you, since this popular product right here with that design is coming up as the first one, then use this one rather than the one with the purple and the other girl in the photo. Okay, and then that way you can get the product to be consistent all the way through on the banner and on the icon and then in the feed. But as you can see, for anyone who's watching besides Kay here, because there's so much else happening, you're getting this mishmash of things. If now instead, and let's just have a look to see how she's done this. There's I want to get to the, it's spinning.
Yeah, I said that collections. Okay, so everybody's saying that it's been happening for a couple of days now with the collections and the categories. Yeah. That there's issues with it. So okay, so
that also means that wait for some of these things to not be happening before you go into a huge store reorganization, because you'll regret it later. If something's happening, then that means that maybe Zazzle's doing something to help improve things, and they're just not showing us yet. And maybe it would be really awesome if they help us with our store category organization. But in the meantime, because I don't see anything further down below the graduation, but the next thing that you should do is literally put the design as the next level, or you can say male and female graduation and then go to the designs. So literally we're talking like 5, 6, 7 levels down. But see, by then, it's not that the customer needs to click and click and click, except for a couple that you're showcasing. It's actually for the for you to organize your store so that you can take care of your products and you can know what you've got. See, if I don't have categories below this, how am I, like if I'm the one that owns Kay's store here, how am I supposed to know if I've got this in, how many different versions and photos and color schemes? It's not going to be that easy. But if you literally organize your stuff into designs at the back end of your store, then you're going to have a much easier time making collections and promoting, and then going to your homepage and creating the feeds for your homepage. And go back to the homepage. And then just look very clever, because when you go to the homepage, and let's have a look here. What have you got down below? So you have latest products created, but you've got them in the save the date. Okay. Yeah, no, this is not good. So you have to create products in these feeds that, and we show you this again in both the e-commerce accelerator and in the Profit by Design Academy. You need to be consistent. So if they're being teased by this graduation invitation, and here it is here, and if they don't click through here on the categories, you want to catch them right here. So that should be the feed you should have. Here you say, hey, not only do I have the invitation, but I have party accessories and I have everything else that you could possibly imagine, okay? And so you don't want to now confuse them and go, oh, save the date. You don't even have that in any of your store icons. And as you can see, Kay has more categories than she does 6, right? She's just got 6 showing because she's put a thumbnail on them. And that's what I teach as well in the program, in the Profit by Design Academy. I keep saying program. And the e-commerce accelerator because we want to switch them out. So depending on what time of year it is, you want to decide to showcase certain products in your store, and then you can have them all consistent. Okay, so this feed of say the dates and then Christmas and unicorns, not good at all, because it doesn't help you. And here again, you've got a feed of whatever. So we need to just help you get through these, and you never show a mixture of collections, because look at this, it's like I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this, and it's just not helping you, because I just glaze over. And I can see when I really focus and concentrate and I want to help you and I want to see what designs you have, then I say, oh wow, look at this beautiful sapphire blue wedding invitation. But that's because I am intentionally looking. But other people are going, wow, I don't know where to look because I don't know, what's what. And so it's really important to set your homepage up in a way that allows people to be directed in and have one buying experience. And yeah, you might think that you're cutting out all the other buying experiences, but it's not the case. What's happening is they're just leaving, and you have got basically homepage abandonment instead of cart abandonment. Mm-hmm. So Kay, I know that you're in the 7 Days to Success course, and you'll get access to the e-commerce accelerator. And that's actually really good because it'll help you with the things that I just said. But I'm also going to share the screen, and I'm going to, did she tell us the amounts? Yeah, she said $100 about a month, right? So the thing that I want to do next is look at your products, and you want to increase your earnings. And so there are still some things that you can do that are in the e-commerce accelerator program, but after that, you're going to need to have more about figuring out your product production schedule and figuring out how you can make products work for you and sell for you consistently month after month, year after year. You're going to need to know more about branding, and you've got a lovely logo. That's awesome. So that's okay already. But then also, what about here? Okay, you've got your Pinterest. We talk a lot about Pinterest, and you're doing really well with that. Awesome. I'm not going to go to Pinterest right now, but let's see. So what's really going to move you to the next level is your what's selling, right? Okay. So I see a lot of stuff that's actually not related to anything that you're selling right now. And one of the things we want to do is focus on the best sellers, and then after that you can start introducing other products into the mix. And I know you said, oh, I'm doing invitations now so that you can get into that invitation market. That's great, but don't neglect the things that are actually already making you the money, so that you can ramp them up as well to keep making the $100 turn into $200-$300 as your consistent income. All right, and that again is in the Profit by Design Academy. I can't go into more detail about that here because I want to get to another store. We're at the 2-hour mark. We're going to do like maybe 15 more minutes, and then after that we're going to call it quits. But I appreciate everybody being on so long.
Kat's K is still on. She would like to enroll in the Profit by Design for the payment plan, but she says that her bank site is down. Can you reserve a spot for me? Yes, not a problem. That link will be available.
We will do so.
Yeah, if you need any help, email us, and we will try and figure out things for you. But we will keep that spot and that price open for you.
Okay. All right. What's another store? I'm going to stop the screen share so I can find it.
Okay. Let me see here. I will tell you. Okay. So we've done now. Let's see.
So, Kay, if you can afford it, you're ready for the Profit by Design. You've got so many things, and your designs are amazing.
Okay.
We just need to monetize things now.
Bianca messaged me a couple times. So she is retro vintage store. Store.
Oh, store on top of it. Okay. Oops. Okay.
And she has said that her earnings goal is $500 a month. $6,000 a year. She joined Zazzle in November 2018. Her current earnings 70 a month, and she has taken the 7 days in the wedding boot camp.
Okay, this is Bianca. Yeah, okay, wonderful. And holy smokes, it's really showing. Your designs are coming along so well with the because you took the wedding invitation boot camp. By the way, that's another program that we offer, but I don't want to confuse you. It's a little bit like more pricey, but it's an intensive design course that's working on doing invitations for weddings, and it's really good. Okay, so let's see here. Can you just actually show me again?
What?
Some of the numbers, there were so many numbers in hers. Okay,
so
her earnings is 500.
And she's currently earning 70.
Okay, so we have to do a 10-fold increase. So let's have a look and see. I love your banner's fantastic. What's happening now though, you know, it's like you and I, you've been on Zazzle for a while, I'm sure. There used to be a time where we used to have to say gallery or store, like my store is called Monogram Gallery. Why? Just because back then that's what they said. And so I don't know if you need store. You can just up-brand yourself a little bit more and work on, like, even though it says retro vintage store in your URL, you can actually, if you can brand yourself a little bit more and just say retro vintage designs, or if it's you that's actually making them, which is not just taking stuff from 2025 and earlier and just copying and pasting them, then maybe I do see some of those that are very familiar, like those. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure, like, store is getting a little bit out of date, if that's okay with you, just to give you that, because branding is super important in addition to the actual products that you provide. And also your logo could use a little bit of updating. You can still have a logo that looks vintage, but it's an updated vintage, if that makes any sense. Look at your designs. The designs are updated vintage, and then your logo is kind of I don't mean to be mean, but it's just kind of, it doesn't like, if you see your logo next to, like, wherever you're branding your things, and also next to each of the products that are for sale on Zazzle, it's not indicating how amazingly beautiful your designs are that are in your banner. So we want to make sure that you convey that from your logo, from your store, as well as your logo for your profile. Okay. And actually, you know, it takes a while to see the lady with the umbrella. And what you could do is actually create a text-based logo that would help you to make sure that you have you want to stand out from all those other people that did the same thing, just uploading all those retro vintage images, right? And you're already doing that with your invitations. That's just so far beyond anything else I've seen from the invitation, like the normal things, like some of your other stuff, like your pillow and your lamp and stuff. And so why not build on that? Why not be that person, where the go-to person for your vintage stuff, and just make it a text-based design, say vintage nostalgic, like design house, or something that sounds really as if you're the place to go and find things, even whether it's like on your store, but also within that you're the designer, if that suits all of your other stores. Okay, if it doesn't, then you need to have something that's not, if you have other stores and they're not all vintage, then you want to not have a vintage nostalgic as a username. Okay, so then the thing here with the categories, I'm going to just say it really quickly. Too many, too much all at once, just too much. And then you're taking your vintage, which is this beautiful color scheme of navies and soft pinks and soft greens, and then you're going with primary colors here, red, green, and the browns. No, you want to have this feeling that I got with this banner come through on the categories, and I don't want to get confused. And then you do one invitation, okay? And so that's a good product sold. We talked about that already. But see, okay, and see, here's the thing. I love that you're showing this right now so that I can see it, but you don't want the customer to see this. But this is what you should be showcasing. It should be in your categories. It should be in your banner, and in addition to whatever you've got here. Yeah, you've got the baptism showing. Excellent. And so that, and now you can see how lovely these are, still vintage, but you've brought vintage into present day. And now you can go flat, like you can just take off with these, and it's going to be, I'm just going to be so excited for you when you keep getting more and more of these designs out there. And again, here, what you would do is you wouldn't feed the collections all at once. You would pick one of these collections to feed together so that you have this nice consistency in your home page. Now, to get more dollars, let's have a look and see. Branding is also very important because people have to, as I explained before with the ketchup, you want to brand yourself. You want to make them feel comfortable that they're purchasing from you if they come from your store. And that's why I was really, like, if they come to your store. But the only other indication that you have of who you are and what your brand is this tiny little store logo that's next to your products. And if that's all they see in the feed in the Zazzle marketplace, you want that just to be killer. You want this to be so good that people go, oh, what's that? This really cool vintage store. Okay, so just consider the choice of colors, the choice of the font. Those are all a bit dated, and I know that you're trying to do that to be dated so that you catch the vintage crowd, but you've done it up here by still being vintage with your new designs and also using more popular fonts, okay, that are trending nowadays.
Norma says that, she says, I love how direct Elke is with her critiques. And I said, she's direct, but it's what you need to get to the next level. And she says, yes, I agree completely. Too many teachers overpraise and under critique.
Oh yeah, no, I say it as it is. I try very hard to be nice about it, but sometimes I get really passionate and I go crazy. But yeah, because look, so many products, so many great designs. All you need to do is be found, okay? And then when they find you, then you want to be the ones where they say, wow, this is impressive. But see how there's a disconnect? Look at this beautiful banner and then this disconnect with the categories, and they have to go through that all the time before they get to these things. It's like, this is wow. This is wow. This is like, I don't know. Right? So, okay. Products. I was about, thank you, Jen, for, yeah, because I know I have to be tapered down a little bit once in a while, but I'm really passionate, and this is exactly what you're going to get. And it helps. You have to, I'm not gonna, if you don't have thick skin, you can tell me and I will work with you in a different way. But otherwise, why not just talk about it and say, let's move on, because there's so much more to do. It is not going to happen overnight. You're not going to make your money overnight. You have to build slowly, and you have to make those right decisions right from the beginning, like when you're making your store up and your banner and so on and your logo, because every single time that someone sees a product of yours, you're on stage. Your store is being viewed and judged, and in 3 seconds or less. And sometimes those judgments can just make or break your store if you're not ready. And so we want you to be ready. What is it that I'm trying to get to? Oh, because this is the product feed already. Okay, so now we want to see, like, I think this is really amazing that all the stuff that you're working on from the Wedding Invitation Bootcamp, you're applying to all, just beautiful. Oh, absolutely beautiful. And remember when you're having trouble with that design with all the I think they're actually, I saw it, even this one here, this design, and it was really cool, but it was, it took a while to figure out what was going on. And now you've just, oh, I'm just so happy. I love these designs. You're looking at these too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're definitely going to get more sales, obviously, now from all these cards. That's going to bring it up. But I don't know if I can do anything more just by the actual visual. I'd have to sit down with you, and that's why you should be in the Profit by Design Academy, so that we can talk about numbers in the back end and do the analysis portion of things. You are providing like options for people to buy things that they buy in bulk, like favor tags, and yeah, and you're doing what you are supposed to do from what I taught you in the Wedding Invitation Bootcamp to create all the matching products. Fantastic. Yes, well, you're gonna notice a lot of this. Now let's have a look at some of the other things though. Table marble, 13 table marble wedding seating chart. Awesome, except you don't say weddings. Okay. Make sure that you also put things in your title that talk about, like this one, where you talk about what it's for. And I know it sounds repetitive, but, and actually you could just do, if we do this and we click on this, let's have a look. And then we do the other designs you might like. Okay, so this is how you go, but this is your design too. So then whatever's not your design and whatever's showing up, it means that you might want to also consider not having the title, because none of the other things that show up are table place, like where the poster for the table setting. And so you're in the wrong sort. You're in the signs for weddings, but you're not, or bridal showers or whatever, but you're not in the sort for table number seating charts. Okay, so you have to play around with your titles and tags a bit more until you start to come up in that sort. Let's see what else we've got. And maybe there's another store we can do in the meantime, but I hope that was a lot of help. You're doing really, really well. You'll see a lot more of these sales coming up in the new year when weddings pick up again. But please, please, please go in and check all your titles and tags, because I see there's an issue there.
Yeah, let's see who else is online. So we've got, so Chuck was actually one of the first people to put in his store, and he's in the 7 days to success.
Chuck, you've been waiting 2 hours.
Sign design online.
Let's do it. Sign design online. Is this your only store, Chuck? Did I spell it right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So he says that have only made one sale. The store has been open a few weeks.
Ah, a few weeks.
We'll be working on 3 Zazzle stores for signs shown above. One of my art and one for a special event products. My main niche will be signs. Earning goal is 40,000 per year.
Okay. What signs, as in signs, just yard signs? Okay, so Chuck, you've already heard all about the collections. I like your logo, your banner, pretty darn good. I like how that you've even put in like the ones with arrows. So I just keep kind of watching and looking through all of the different options, which is fantastic.
It says yard signs, banners, and retractable signs.
Okay, but what about office signs? And what about posters? That, like, what we just looked at the wedding, you know, table seating charts, and you don't have to do the seating charts because those are really complicated. But what about welcome to the wedding? Welcome this, welcome that. So I've already given you a whole other niche that you can play with. So don't just go with yard signs. And it's amazing what kind of signs there are, and also tapestries. Okay, so I've just increased your product realm by like 5 times, 10 times. So make sure you don't limit yourself, and they're all signs. They're all signs. Okay, so and then the Rake Creative, and I know you have other stores, but the Rake Creative is misplaced. You have to say sign design online. That's the name of your store.
Right, the sign helper, sign design online, and the Rake Creative.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff happening that shouldn't be happening because I'm confused, and I'm the one that's actually knows what's supposed to be happening. So customers will not be happy. And you can put Rake Creative over here, but you know what? Even though you have put in an image of yourself, you are telling people you don't want to show yourself by having a blurry half picture. And Chuck, I know you've been in our course for a while, and that's really great, but I want to make sure that you understand this. You don't want to show your face properly. That's okay. Then you take that Rake Creative logo that you've made there, stick it in where your profile picture is, okay? And then put your logo for this, whatever you want to call it, the sign helper, or signs design online, whatever you want to do, sign design online. Yeah, I like the sign helper better. Make a logo for that, okay? And you can do that in the Create tool if you don't have any Photoshop options in terms of having the program. But otherwise, if you do have that, which, I mean, you made this one up, the Rate Creative, which is very nice. But you know what, if you're gonna have, you said some other things were also signs. So maybe what you need to do is create something that's not that color so that it matches all of your other stores, because the banner, the logo for the store, and the profile are always going to show up, and they need to kind of be like a threesome that works well together, so that you can not, some doesn't get sort of stuck on one or the other, and it all feels comfortable and professional. Okay, so is Chuck still on?
Yeah, but no, that's the only thing that he's.
All right, awesome. I hope that helps. Okay, and then
rebranded to the sign helper, but I do not know how to get to the URL to change to the sign helper. Okay,
well, we can tell you right now, you can't change the URL. But if you have external websites that, or you just buy the sign helper as like a URL, .com, signhelper.com, and you've got a website externally, or you just have that link in your social media and whatnot, and you say go to signhelper.com, you can buy that URL, and then that can be your URL. Then you redirect to the Zazzle store. Okay, so there's many options depending on how you want to approach it, and what you've got externally is your website, or so if you just have social media. So that's very easy, but you can't change the logo or the URL for the actual store name. So now that you've got all these products here, you don't want to change that. So, but that's the URL redirect. If you can just Google that, you'll be able to find out how to figure that out. Okay, the next thing is, we've already talked about it. You need nice categories. You need to have a nice flow. So it's not just I do this, 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 and this. And then also, you see how you've got a lot of collections that have the same top part. Like you've got yard sale, and then okay, well, you've got these three terms. I thought there would be some more, but they all kind of look the same. So in your case, it might actually be worth your while to do collection covers, so that you can say, okay, this is the blanks, this is the homeowners, this is the best selling, so that there's more of a theme going on in terms of what it is. Or you just change the order so that it's a little bit easier to distinguish what you're going to get when you hit one of the collections. And all of these collections need more products in them. When we did the 7 Days to Success course, it was more than fine to have small amounts of items in collections. But now you need a minimum of 6, and you have a lot that have 3, 5, whatever, anything lower than 6. And so you need to have more in those in order to be able to have them visible in the Zazzle marketplace. Okay, so I'm sure you can do that because you've got lots of products. And then you might you said you just started this, so hope that's probably one of the reasons why. But just remember that it won't show until you can see them, but they won't show. Okay, so then products. These are all really fantastic. Now, are you going to also do ones? Okay, here's one with the template. Let's have a look. And we teach you this also in the Zazzle by Design, or Zazzle by Design, Profit by Design. I think it's getting late. Profit by Design Academy, and also in the e-commerce accelerator, where we're going to show you about the new text issues. Okay, so the fact that you said yourwebsite.com is fantastic, because it's like, yeah, I'm showing you your website. But first of all, you've made it so big that if they have more text in their website than that, they're going to run over. And I'm going to check out to see if you've also got the templates done properly. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Just add an X to the back and see what happens. Okay, so you have done the text fields properly. Excellent. Because as you can see, now that I've added the third X, it goes to the next line. So Chuck, you've done a fantastic job of also already making your text boxes go to the very edge of where people could type in, so that they can get the maximum amount of text in before the end of the in this case, the sign. But in other cases, if you've got a text field that doesn't go all the way to the end and you've got something else in your design area, then it will limit where your text goes. Okay, so that's really important, and people who are watching probably just realized that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anything done after August, like from August onwards, it has to be fixed if you've posted it and you haven't defined the text field properly. But before August, for some reason, Zazzle's allowing it just to get fixed on its own. It won't. You don't have to redo all your products. Okay, so now Chuck has. What else? Since this is a new store, I can't really give you a lot of other tips on this except keep going. You've got the right idea. Make sure you also make them in different colorways, not just blue and red. I don't see any yellow yet. Signs are yellow too, except for this one. Okay, make more that are text-based that you can see, because if you buy, they have the opportunity to have like one thing bought here, but what if you said, like these are obviously for handicap, which is nice, but here you could also have some different items where you could say the company name and no hunting private property. So you get the idea. So you start with these basics, but then you add more text and maybe even personalize them. Okay.
Okay, we've got, how do we have, it's
let's do
one more maybe?
One more. Okay,
so
good.
Kelly is also let's see, who else is online here who's been waiting?
So, but Chuck, your other stores would have been more helpful than this new one. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to do both stores now. But I just want you to know that if you have to build up the ones that are working, as well as some new ones. And we suggest one store to start with to really get that solid base going before you start spreading out and think that that's the solution, is to have all these stores going. Even Jennifer and I, we've pared back. We're just basically working on 1 or 2 stores, and we have lots. Okay.
Okay, so sorry, who else is online that we've been, okay, so Linda is not a course member. She's been online with us, and she has this one here.
Lindy Lou collection, okay. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm actually still on screen share. Okay, no problem. All right, so does everyone see that one? Just get rid of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Lindy Lou, look at you. That's awesome. Even if that's not you, that's a until you have products where you, this is really great, because this is another option. You can have like products up there, or you can have something that's really attractive in terms of catching the person's attention. And then as long as that theme goes through. So now I'm expecting very sassy, hip, exciting designs. Okay, and let's see what happens if I go further down. And unfortunately, I'm a little bit disappointed. And that's not being mean. It's just saying you are creating products that are pastels. You're creating products that are sweet and kind and loving and for kids and soft. And up here, I think I'm going to get like blacks and whites and strong and bold and high fashion. Okay, and the same with your logo. And so your logo you need to fix. You can't have that 3-tier thing. You've got to change it to 3. Yeah, Lindy Lou collection as 3, like Lindy Lou collection, 3 words above each other, and so that you're not just like, it looks like you didn't have enough room for your logo, so it's only in there's space above and below. You might have wanted it to be black, white, and black, but it's working against you. Okay, so you already know about the store categories, you know about how to present the collections, but in your case, I would say that if you're doing these wonderful products, which are beautiful, by the way, but they're not in theme with what I expected from your store. This is better. This is so sweet. This is your theme. Now, I still want you to have less products on your category icons, but the cute text is so sweet, and it really gives me a feel of what it is that you're offering with all these beautiful drawings. And these are unique. These are awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're doing some monograms, which are okay, but this is what I'm like really drawn to, all of the drawings and how fun you've made them. You don't need to do monograms. Well, you can do monograms, but for not this way. Okay, you monograms are also names, right? So again, here this would be cute, but the designing is different. So I think actually what's happening is, I don't know if you're making these graphics. If they are yours, please let us know. And if they're not, then it's okay. It's just, it means that you're going to you need more design help. That's what you need at this point. The style and what you're drawn towards is fantastic. It's offering something new and fresh, and I'm super excited about it. But I cannot stand it when people, use something here and then they don't have enough room to make it a full screen, so they fill it in with blanks. That's something I teach you in the course. No blanks. Okay, so yeah, so again, I can't fix it because you've got it locked. Never lock a design. Okay, Disney can lock designs, but for us as designers, our stuff is valuable, but it's not something that people are going to find. They're going to be able to steal it anyway, and that's why people lock their designs. But the other reason they lock their designs is so that it doesn't move within the design. But unfortunately, if someone was now interested in getting a bigger phone and you've locked it, then that design won't move with the bigger phone case, and then it won't be a nice design and they won't buy. Okay, so but if this was unlocked right now, I would make this full screen, and yes, you've got polka dots that are, actually I would solve this, and I can't do anything because it's, let me see, I can't do anything. What I would do is, because of the polka dot pattern, I would just, maybe if you don't have another option, because this is a whole piece, then I would make more polka dots with the shape tools to fill in the background. Okay, that's a designing thing that we go into in the Profit by Design course, and I also teach you somewhat like that. Like I show you all the things that you do in the design tool, but they, you can easily fix that and create it more polka dot background using patterns and the shape tool, and then it would look like an amazing design. And then I would take the name and I would put it down here. Okay, and I would also choose a different font because all of those are, yeah. So it's, what is it?
She says she makes the graphics.
You make the graphics, awesome. Okay, so even though you don't want people to steal them, they will steal them anyway if they're going to steal them. Okay, and then you just have to go after them and shut them down. But you're losing out on all of the, well, even this looks already prettier than before with the pink not in the background, right? And you can make it even better by changing the font. That font is it's okay, but it's not something that someone would want specifically. It's more for wedding invitations and really fancy ornate stuff. And so all of these things in terms of the designing are things that we cover in the Profit by Design Academy. But look at what we just did. We just created, I would buy that. I'd change the font, but I'd buy that rather than that thing with the pink. And so it's so sweet. You have such potential. I could not wait to see how, like, I cannot wait to see how much else you can come up with, but you need some definite design help. And also personalized, yeah, you're putting the product name in the title. That's wrong. Okay, so you've got lots of work to do. Titles and tags, maybe, like, I haven't looked at your tags, but your titles are like, I need you to help. I want to help you. Oh my gosh. There's just so much happening that's in here that's not good, because these designs will just sell like hotcakes. They're so good. Okay, so I can't help but say, come on, you have to be in the Profit by Design program. That's all there is to it in the academy. And I've been going for 2.5 hours talking straight, so I'm going to quit now. I'm going to show you one more time. Thank you so much for all the people that put their store links up. It was a wonderful selection, actually. If we didn't get to your store, it means that it doesn't mean that you can't learn from what we just talked about, because everything, it was all different. right? We talked about categories, banners, branding, collections, medium, low, high, low, medium, high priced items, how people buy, how you should set things up. You just received a huge amount of training. And can you wait now until you get into the Profit by Design Academy, or can you not wait? Because there's more where that came from, okay? And we want to help you move forward. And every one of you, none of you, like even the last one, and that was, what's her name? Sorry.
Who are we talking about now? Linda.
Linda, thank you. Linda, you're, like even you, even though I said you need help with design, you don't need any help with making your beautiful items that you create, but you need help. And this is such a typical thing that happens so much in this, in all the people that we've seen and helped. People have trouble as artists understanding how to market their products on the designs on products on Zazzle. Okay, so you've got the stuff. You just need to have us help you understand how to put it up properly so that it showcases best what you do and how you can make things accordingly so that people want them. And you have the benefit of being able to make that up, and you can switch out the color to a pink dress or a blue dress or a purple dress. We don't. We're not that talented, and you do have that talent, but you need to have the people behind you to help you market it properly, and that's what you'll learn all about when you're in the Profit by Design Academy. Okay, so I have to quit because I've been giving it my all, but I'm about to fade. But I would like to show you one more time the two options. I'm going to show it here, and I'm looking forward to having you be part of either one of the two programs or courses, sorry. Either the, let's see, let's start with this one. The e-commerce accelerator is a fantastic program, course that you can be in to start off. Some of the people that were on that we gave store critiques to, even though you're already on Zazzle and you've been on Zazzle for a long time, let's see, if you're brand new and you're just starting out, e-commerce accelerator, definitely. If you can't afford the $9.97, e-commerce accelerator is the choice. And then when you make some money using all the things that we teach in the e-commerce accelerator, you can move up to the Profit by Design Academy. And that's the route that you should take. If anyone who's been on Zazzle, who's already done really well, or you're actually just starting out, but you can afford the $9.97 or 97 times 12 for 12 monthly payments, this is where you should be. You should be in the Profit by Design Academy, okay? And that's where I would suggest you you start investing in yourself and in your business. This is where you will get the most out of it. You'll have people helping you, just like this, for 10 weeks. We will go through each of the modules in detail and help you with different questions that you'll have as you implement everything. And then you will have lifetime access to the course. The course will you will go through the 10 weeks, but then you'll also have questions later, and you'll have a Facebook book group after the 10 weeks where you will also receive a monthly Q&A so that you can keep working on things, okay? And there is actually something that we're developing so that if you want to continue doing that later, you can actually get into something with this Profit by Design that's not as expensive as the mentoring. So we've got all kinds of things for you, covered you in all aspects so that you can learn, implement, and start seeing results, okay? So again, the links are in the chat. We're gonna stay on for a couple more minutes so that you can grab the links. My suggestion is the best deal going is $97 for 12 monthly payments and the Profit by Design Academy. And that's the best. The e-commerce, let me just go back over here. The e-commerce accelerator is perfect for if you want to get going, but your budget is tight, and I get it, and that's why we did this. We over-delivered here so that you can get started, and that you can start to see the dollars coming in. Then you'll be able to afford the $97 a month in order to move up to the Profit by Design Academy, okay? Because as you can see, there's people who have been in the 7 Days to Success course for a long time. We still take care of you. We're all in here together to help move forward on Zazzle. And Zazzle is amazing. Zazzle is, the things that have happened in Zazzle over the last 2 to 3 years are just mind-boggling. And then all the things they just brought out, right? The Create tool and all the other things that they've done to the design tool. I mean, now they have a color dropper. It's just fantastic. And the products that they've brought out, just, there is so much opportunity. This is not a t-shirt and mug like online platform anymore. This is, the sky is the limit platform. And if you set your store up right, if you create a product production strategy, which you will get in the Profit by Design Academy, if you create a business plan for yourself and set goals and monitor them, which we do in the Profit by Design Academy, if you figure out what products are selling month by month, year after year, so that you end up actually being able to predict your income on Zazzle, even when Zazzle changes things dramatically, like when they got rid of postage stamps, then you are going to want to be in the Profit by Design Academy, because all of those things are being taught in that course. And the thing is that the Profit by Design Academy.
When are we, oh, sorry. When Kay is asking, the Profit by Design course, do you have to watch the training videos live? If so, what time of day will they air?
No, you watch them at your own leisure over the course of the week. That's actually an excellent question. But the Facebook Lives will be a certain time, and we can set those based on who's in the course. We always check because we have international students, and then we make sure that we've got an opportunity for international students to be on live. And yeah, that's the way we're going to handle that.
Yeah, Patricia also asked, what time is the class? The 16th is when we open up the course. So you get access to the first module of the material. So we're not doing a live on the 16th.
No.
We're opening up the material for you so you can watch the course at your leisure. And then
you'll have like about 10 videos to watch for that week.
And then the next, like the following week after that, so the third week in September, we will be organizing a live call, but you don't need to watch it live. We'll be hosting it onto Facebook Live, and then you can watch it later as the replay.
And you can ask questions and post them in the chat so that we can answer them live even though you're not live.
Yes. The live sessions are for you to interact with us, obviously, on a live basis, but then also for you to keep on track. So we know that people are busy during the week. You might have a job. You know, Zazzle might be your side hustle. You don't have all the time in the world to concentrate on Zazzle. So we're doing this more so to keep you accountable and hold your hand. And we know that life gets in the way. We have our own lives too, which we're very busy with. So we want to make sure that we keep you on track, because that's what we saw originally with all of our other course members, that some people just sort of let the course go and then they would start up again, and then they really never kept following through with everything. And we really want to keep you on track, because the material that we give you is very important and very crucial to growing your Zazzle business. And if you do it in the right steps and implement it the way that we've put it into the course, you'll see results much quicker, and you will be, you know, celebrating and praising yourself for doing all the hard work in those 10 weeks, because you will see results much faster than if you take it at your own leisure and do it when you, you know, think that it's going to be working for you. We want to, you know, push you that little bit extra step. We want to push you that little bit further so that you get the action steps that you need to implement into your Zazzle business.
Because that's what we were concerned about. We would get people who said, how come Brandon's doing well, but I'm not doing well? And then when we really investigated it, it turned out that they hadn't actually finished some of the modules. And this is a very different course. It's not like a course where you go through and then you get taught stuff and then you just go, oh, that was nice. And you take some notes that you never look at again. No, in all the video trainings, there's things that you need to implement in your Zazzle store as you're doing it. And that's the fantastic part of this. And you're going to feel amazing, because you're going to, you know, and some people will have already done certain parts, and that'll be fine. So then you get a bit of a break. But then if you haven't done that, then you have the time to do it right then and there. And there are all the key essential things that you need to implement to have your business set up solidly. And then we start working on how to build your business. And that's so important as well, to get that strategy out of the way and put things into place. and when to produce products and when to promote products and how to promote products and how to do it effectively without being salesy and pushy. And it's just all like, but it has to be the whole package. And that's why we wanted to do this with the 10 weeks, but it's not going to be that you have to be on live like you are today. We've made it very easy for you to be just watch the courses, the training videos in each of the modules for each of the weeks, and then there'll be a live session. And unfortunately, somebody may not be able to be on live because it might be that that we've got somebody in Australia and someone in the States. And we might decide, we've done this in our other training, we just all of a sudden make up 2 lives because we want to make sure everyone's covered. And we go to that extra mile. So don't worry about those logistics. First, let's get you committed to saying, yes, I actually need this so that I can do what I want to do on my Zazzle business. And then you let us worry about making sure that you get what you need in order to help you move forward. If you are fine with watching the replay and sending in your questions and listening to us answer them, we will also obviously answer them afterwards if you have questions based on what we said. But if you want to be on live and that's where you get the most out of it, then let's see what happens. There might be 2 lives for that week. Who knows? Okay, so that's the small stuff. The big stuff is, are you committed? Are you ready to go? And is this the way that you want to go? Because you can do just as well in the e-commerce accelerator, but I highly recommend the Profit by Design Academy because just by the nature of things. There are several people in the 7 Days to Success course. You're going to be able to relate to that. You can only go so far with that beginner's course, right? And look at Kay, she did really, really well. But even some of the stuff that's in the course that she's taking right now, she wasn't implementing. So why not be part of the Profit by Design Academy, where we really check up on you, make sure that, yes, you did get that step done, okay? And that's really important to understand. And then, of course, the Profit by Design Academy is just so much more. It's an entire business plan for your Zazzle business. And once you're part of the program, you're always here somewhere, and they get lifetime access. And then even though we don't do the intensive 10-week, like after the 10 weeks is over, we don't do intensive weekly Facebook Lives, we do monthly Facebook Lives. So you're always taken care of. Okay, so the links are in the chat, and then we are signing off because we're almost at the 3-hour mark. We really appreciate all the people that are still on. 33 people, that's fantastic. Now, the 33 that are on, send us a message or send us an email and say, hey, I didn't get this answered, but you also, Jennifer's been doing like typing ferociously in the chat. Hopefully we've answered everything. As you can see, we always over deliver. We want you to succeed. And when we recommend a course, we're not recommending it so that we can sell courses. We are Zazzle designers, true and true. We still do designing on Zazzle. That's our main income source. What we're doing here is we taught ourselves how to make a course. We taught ourselves how to set this whole thing up. We taught ourselves what we needed to do to make sure that other people can follow what we do, because usually we just talk about it with each other and we go, yeah, we need to do this, this, and this. So now we've formalized it, we put it into training material, and then on top of that, we're getting better at being course creators to help you to better complete the course so that you can get to your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is make money on Zazzle to the point where you can achieve what you want to achieve. Do you want to have passive income so that you can go on holidays like Lorena in LD Design Loft? Or do you want to have passive income so you can quit your day job? Or do you want to have passive income to help you save for when you retire, which is what Brendan's doing? All of these things are your why, and your why is what we are here to help you with by getting the whatever it is, the money, the actual dollar value goal set that you have accomplished, or if it's set this up as a Zazzle store that's a legacy for your grandchildren. It's just incredible what Zazzle offers. And the fact that Zazzle's been around for 10 years means that you have a future with Zazzle for a long time, because they keep implementing more and more things that are very helpful. We won't even mention the other PODs that may not be mentioned that we've been burned by, but Zazzle keeps improving and taking care of our designers. So why not speed it up and get as much out of Zazzle right now, because the internet space is fast and furious. It changes so quickly. So now is the time, not 10 years from now, where you want to start and get successful. 10 years from now, I want you to be making $1 million like I did. So, okay, the links are all in the group, in the chat. Is there anyone who still needs the link? Because then we're signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the information that you've given us to help you with your Zazzle store. And I hope that you really enjoyed the critiques, and that you understand that this is who we are, and we are here to help you and do our very best to continue to move you forward in your Zazzle journey. Mm-hmm. What else do we have? Anything?
No, that's
Everyone's
it.
saying thank you.
Yes, thank
okay,
you.
we're going to just take this here and sign off and say thank you very much for joining us. If you're just watching the end of this, that's Elke and Jen Clarke. We are Zazzle designers. We have personally sold over $12 million worth of product on Zazzle and taken home pay that's over the $1 million mark. And so it's possible. And if it's possible, that means that it's possible for you too. Mm-hmm. Just need the tools and the guidance. And the e-commerce accelerator and the Profit by Design Academy are your new courses that we've just opened up, and they're revised and absolutely jam-packed full with things that you need to make sure that your Zazzle business moves forward and you achieve your Zazzle goal. So we invite you to join. Please check the links out if you're watching this as a replay, wherever we've put them, so that you can click on it. There's a certain window before you can't be part of things anymore, up until whenever you've watched this, you might see the date. And if you've passed the date and you still want to get in, send us an email to info@elkeclarke.com so that we can help you. And anyone who we didn't get to in the store critiques, and you're desperately wondering, you know, should I take this course or that course? Please let us know in the email, info@elkeclarke.com. I'm more than happy to help you. Jen's more than happy to help you so that we can help you decide what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So we're signing off. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm just so excited we were able to spend so much time together and to share with you that we are here to help you. So take advantage of it so that you can grow your Zazzle business.
Bye.
Bye.